me to...
Hey, it's Enrico Pallazzo!
Utah, give me 2.
Pallazzo!
Woohoo!
Welcome in. It is our 5th annual Bozofest Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's. Your boy, Mike Virginia, joined by everyone's favorite game show host, Sam Wershing. Sam, I know you're pumped, buddy. I know you're pumped not only for fantasy baseball, but for Mariners baseball, man. You got your Mariners, looks like a sweatshirt on. I got my O's hat on. I got O's underwear. I mean, I got the whole there we go. We got the whole 9 yards over here rocking on Pallazzo. So how we feeling, buddy? Pre-opening day. The real opening day is tomorrow, not tonight, tomorrow. How are we feeling?
Yeah, I've heard that. I've also got a Cal Raleigh t-shirt on. I'm all nerded out. I love it. I don't know. It's real baseball that counts tonight. Like, I realize it's opening night, not opening day. And like, there's some conversation about that, but how can you not be fucking pumped as a Mariner fan? And it's like, there's so many people in the Northwest that are so used to being like the underdog or being anxious about it. Like, you're a Seattle Mariner fan out there, like, enjoy it. Enjoy it. When have they ever talked about us being in the conversation for the World Series? In April, in March, people put money on us that aren't Mariners fans. Like, dude, this is such a great time to be alive. And I'm not a faith-based person, but in the story of David and Goliath, the story doesn't end when David hits Goliath with the stone. He has to finish the job and chop the head off. And so, like, we all know every year, every team is going for it. The Dodgers have won back-to-back. There's tons of variance that happens in the season, like all that bullshit, all that noise. Like, did the Mariners chop the head off this year? Because that's what I'm here for, man. I'm here. 162 games later, we will find out if we've qualified for the playoffs, and then a few series after that, man. Hopefully, it's better than what was this last year, but.
Hey,
dude, I'm stoked. You have to be stoked about your O's.
I am super stoked. I obviously like to see new faces in the playoffs. We've seen the Astros, we've seen the Yankees. It's nice to have new teams in there. Seattle, Toronto, and hopefully somebody from the AL can take down those stinking Dodgers. But same thing, man. We got a lot of hype over here in Baltimore. We signed the Polar Bear. Got a couple other nice pieces added to the bullpen. Ryan Helsley. We've seen some good spring trainings from some folks. So, we'll see. Was a big disappointment for me last year for a lot of these guys. I'm hoping they can take the next step. Some of our younger players and really hit the ground running. I'm all about hot starts, Sam. Really am. And I need a hot start from my O's, and I'm sure you want a hot start from your Mariners. So, you guys got the whole kit and caboodle. You got an elite closer. You got 1 through 5, solid rotation, great bullpen. I love Matt Brash. Even great prospects too. Ryan Sloan, like, hello. The dude looked phenomenal in spring training. And I know you're ever favorites. Everyone's hyping up Matt McClain. Maybe we should be focusing our attention on Cole Young.
Yeah, it's. I feel like a broken record because I felt really good about him coming into spring training, but I'm not a big talker in that part of the preseason. But once he just started mashing, and look, like, Arizona and Florida stats don't count. March stats don't do anything. And you can have somebody who just rakes in March that falls apart in April. And you can have a lot of these people that already know that they have a job. They're working, they're tinkering. It looks like they only hit 150 or 200 in spring training, but they hit April and they hit the ground running because they weren't doing spring training for you. So all that shit aside, like, Cole Young is just smacking the ball. He hit a ball 478 feet. And the point I'll make about that is that you just don't walk into a 478 foot hit. Like,
right.
Put it multiple times, like maybe 400, maybe 375. Like, if you're a slapdick hitter, like Xavier Edwards or slapdick prospect, whatever it was, you don't just accidentally hit the ball 470. It just that's not how that works. And so, man, if he comes in with a hit tool and he's not intimidated in his head, he could hit 6 in that. Like, he's not going to crack the top 5, right? Like, he's not going to. But having him bat 6th, what a victory!
I was going to say, take that every day of the week, man. Lot to look forward to, both with Seattle. For those of you guys who are tuning into us right now, we will have guests popping in and out all night long, getting you ready for opening night / opening day. Obviously, we have the Yankees and the Giants starting in about 25 minutes or so. Slate of games tomorrow as well. But all night, we're going to have guests from all over the industry pop in, give us their predictions, their hot takes, their busts, their sleepers, making their calls, whatever you want to call it. We're just going to be talking baseball all night. This is one of my favorite days of the year, not just pre-opening day, but also Bozofest. It's our 5th year doing it, Sam. It's crazy because time has flown by. It really has. And it's crazy that we've done 5 of these already.
And fun flies when you are doing time. I mean, time flies when you are having fun, for sure.
Right.
Predictions, bold takes, all these kind of things. Mike, I want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Let's start big picture. Let's just hit him with the big one. Have you given thoughts about the World Series at the end of the year? Do you have a prediction for the World Series?
It's really hard for, I'll break it down. So NL, it's really hard for me not to put LA back in there, as much as I hate to say it. I hope I'm wrong. God, if there's ever a time to be wrong, I hope I'm wrong with this one.
You're unfortunately not, but yeah. I hear you on that.
Adding Kyle Tucker, and if they get Blake Snell healthy, Edwin Diaz, like the rich get richer, right? So really hard for me not to see the Dodgers in the World Series there. And I look at other teams where like Boston, right, is a sleeper for me. Seattle is a team that I like. So, and I'm not just saying this because we talked about it. If everybody clicks, I'm putting Seattle in the World Series. They were this close last year, and I am going to pick the Dodgers to win it all, unfortunately. Though, so.
I love that. I love that. Coming in on stage is an old friend, Al Melchior. Al, how are you?
Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, great to see your face. Absolutely. Al Melchior, for those that don't know, has been in the industry for decades, even though he doesn't look it. And he also has a side podcast called, what's the album podcast? I forget the name of it.
You, Me, and an Album.
You, Me, and an Album, which I got to guest on once, and it was an awesome experience. Al, how are you doing tonight?
Doing really good, and it was awesome to have you, Sam. So I'm glad that was fun all the way around. But I appreciate the introduction. I'd written a few things for draft prep for The Athletic this spring, but that was the first time in 3 seasons that I'd written fantasy baseball. So it was good to get back in it. But I'd been out of it for a couple of years, focusing more on the music stuff. So.
Was it like riding a bike for you? Were you able to get back into it? Was it good? Did you enjoy it?
I definitely enjoyed it. I'd say kind of like riding a bike, but it's also like when you haven't ridden a bike for a while and you're like, wait, is this in high gear here? What's going on? Like, definitely rediscovering some mental muscles that maybe I hadn't used in a while.
Right on.
Yeah.
Below me on the screen is Jeff Erickson. I see Jeff everywhere now. We just spent a weekend in New York for Tout Wars. Jeff has been doing drafts nonstop. Every night I am online, I see Jeff doing a draft. How are you doing, and how are you not drafting tonight? Are you finally done?
No, I'm done drafting. I'm hosting on XM here in about 20 minutes, so I do still continue to talk a lot. I want to say hey to Al. I did one of his music podcasts as well, and I also want to thank him for giving us the 10 Commandments and all that. So do appreciate everything that he's done music-wise. But Al, we miss you in the fantasy industry, brother. Glad to see you on this podcast.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And it's like a little mini music podcast reunion here.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I did the Uncle Tupelo one with him. Is the album I reviewed. First choice was I think Weezer, the Blue Album, that was already taken. I want to do They Might Be Giants. I'm a big fan of them, but this was a pretty good one too. It was a fun time.
Absolutely. Speaking of Weezer, when we were in New York at Tout, my man Frank underneath me and Chris Towers and Steve Cozzolini and Eric from RotoWire. I can't remember.
Alterman. Yeah.
Thank you, Eric Alterman. We all went and karaoke. Frank brought the fucking bar down singing Weezer, Say It Ain't So. The whole bar was singing along with Frank. Frankie Two Tones, how are you doing tonight, my man?
I am doing very well, Sam. Thank you for the invitation. I heard you talking earlier. Got some World Series predictions coming out a little bit later tonight. That's going to be our episode a little bit later on. I've got the Mariners in the World Series. So I'm happy to let you know about that. Don't know if they're going to win, but I have them getting to the dance. So happy to be here. Jeff, Al, Mike, good to see you as well. Al, still holding it down, man. Good to see you. It's kind of surreal, right? Like hosting fantasy baseball today. You're one of the OGs. So, man, it's good to see you again, my friend.
Yeah. It's so great to see you too, Frank. So, yeah, glad you're, taking the baton. You've been there a while, actually, at CBS and doing an awesome job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you really have put the show in good hands with Frank. Frank, you do a great job running that bit. So we appreciate the work you put in.
Frank, let's hear some Weezer, dude. Since we got you, you got a microphone, you know.
Oh, no. Come on. I need a couple of drinks in me before I start singing.
So, okay, are you willing to, the three of you, we just did a World Series prediction, and I'm curious, I'm going to do around the clock. Al, do you have a World Series prediction to share with us? Is there two teams that you think are going to do it?
I do now. Well, I've been asked about this before. I've just totally waffled on it. It's so boring because I feel like the two most likely teams to get to the World Series are the ones that just played. I just think the Dodgers and the Blue Jays are the teams to beat. So I'll take the Blue Jays this year over the Dodgers. They were so close last year.
All right, the Blue Jays, and then Jeff.
Close for me. Dodgers, Red Sox for me. Honestly, the American League's wide open. I think you can make a case for about 6 teams, kind of like last year, to be honest with you. But I'm going Red Sox because it's just the redundancies they built up. I really like the pitching options. I think they made the right choice at Connolly early in the rotation. I was happy to see that. I think they need, a better second base, or at least they need Mayer to play to hit better this year. But I think they have depth all over the place there, and I think they're copying the Dodgers model in terms of like having 9 viable starting pitchers.
Okay, Frank, what can you share with us? I know you're going to go somewhere else, but for us and for our audience, who do you think's going to the World Series? Give us some love.
So I just mentioned I've got the Mariners getting there against the Dodgers. I do have the Dodgers taking it down once again. I'm sorry, Sam. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Mariners wind up winning it. I mean, with that pitching staff, they built up the offense. You were talking about Cole Young earlier. Man, he's looked so good this spring. And you were talking to us about Cole Young weeks ago. And then he went out and had like a bunch of massive home runs, 480-foot home run, and all that fun stuff. So I like the overall build of the Mariners, and I think they get over the hump this year with the Blue Jays. Jeff, I mean, having the Dodgers making the World Series against a different AL East team once again, that is just a shot in my heart. So I hope that does not happen. Let's go Dodgers and Mariners this year.
I love it. My picks are, I actually think in the American League, the AL Central is more open than people think. And I'm a big fan of the Kansas City Royals. I think that they are, the AL is wide open, and it's really hard for me to say that I think the Mariners are going to be in the World Series. Like, I don't know if it's superstition or just being anxious about that thought, but I really like Kansas City. I think that they're going to do some real damage this year, and I'm with everybody else. Until proven otherwise, the Dodgers are playing for October baseball in April. They're not. They stand apart in the National League. So, any 5 or 7 game series could go differently. I acknowledge that the Dodgers can be beat. They were almost beat by Toronto last year. I don't see anybody beating the Dodgers. I think that they're going to be a 3-peat. So,
yeah. Frank, who gets more wins, the Orioles or the Yankees this year?
So I do have the Yankees winning the division, but I have 4 teams out of the AL East making the playoffs. So all 3 wild card spots are occupied by the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, and the Orioles this season. So I think it's going to be a really tough division all around.
Yeah, you guys just got to get healthy on the starting pitching side. I know Rodon is supposed to be back, sometime in April, May? Is that right?
Yeah, I think sometime in April for Rodon. And, Cole's already made 2 starts. He got up to 26 pitches the other day. I think he's probably early May. I mean, earlier in the offseason, they were talking about June. But the fact that he's already, building up and the velocity looks pretty good, I think we probably see Garrett Cole in early May.
There you go.
So if all 4 teams are coming out of the playoffs in the AL East, do you have like the Tampa Bay Rays winning 20, 25 games? Like, that is going to be brutal to get 4 teams from the East. I think we have 2 teams from the Central and 2 teams from the West again. That's tough. Maybe two teams come from the East again. We get a Blue Jays, Red Sox.
I think the Tigers are like dark horse picks to go to the World Series this year with that pitching staff, with Skubal, Framber Valdez. I wish that they had one more big bopper in their lineup and maybe they could look to do something mid-season. But I think the bullpen will be really good. You got those two aces up top. I just wish the offense looked a little bit better. But I think the Tigers are dark horse to go pretty far this year.
Yeah, well, it was already pointed out the AL is really open. Jeff, do you have any dark horse favorites in either league? Is there any teams that are exciting for you other than your Reds?
So I the excitement on the Reds is kind of dimmed in the last week or so, but between Hunter Green and Nick Lodolo, I mean, my goodness, I mean, what a shot. Although Lodolo, hopefully that short term, it's not the Rich Hill super blister all over again, and just a regular blister, but I first of all, I think the Rays are better than people realize, and they might be better than the Orioles. And I'm sorry about that to those who are Orioles partisans. Sorry, Mike. But I just think the Rays. I mean, I like their pitching. Again, the Pepio thing though is also another bam out of nowhere injury there. Right. We've had like a couple of those this week. That's just out of the blue. The Kirby Yates one yesterday was really fun. I think the Rangers will be frisky. I think they underachieved a little bit last year and were a little unlucky. Moving to the National League, I'm gonna fade the San Diego Padres this year, and that hurts me because I really like that they tried, that they are a team that wants to win, but they're going through an ownership change this year. I think their starting pitching is just paper thin. It's the collection of didn't you used to be that guy guys, whether it's Herman Marquez or Walker Buehler or anything like that. I think they're going to go under. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they may not even be a 500 team. The problem is the rest of the division has similar question marks. I think at least two teams out of the NL Central make the playoffs and maybe a third. I think we maybe only get one team out of the NL West that makes the playoffs this year.
Call your shot. Who is that team though? Is it the Mets, the Phillies?
In the East, I think at least two teams do. Mets win the division. I have concerns about the Phillies. I think they're very old. As an old guy, they're old. But it's funny saying that someone in their 30s is old, but here we are.
You bite your tongue, Jeff. You bite your tongue.
I'm just as old as anybody here. I'm probably the oldest, in fact. But yeah, I do think though that there's some concerns I have about them. They need the Andrew Painter thing to work right away.
They do.
I can't see a season of Taijuan Walker. I can't see, and if Painter's not there right away, they have no one else left waiting in the wings. I'm really, frustrated at their lack of depth. You look at, I railed on about how the Red Sox and even the Mets have built these redundancies in their rotation. You need that. We're seeing that already with so many of these teams. Look at the Blue Jays. That we were wondering, like, how are they going to fit everybody in? Oh, well, Trey Savage is already shut down for a little while there. It happens. You need these extra pitchers. The Phillies don't have those. And run prevention was their thing last year.
Yeah, totally agree. I think you're going to start seeing more of that. I said this a couple of years ago, too, what the Dodgers do with 6-man rotations. I think that'll actually be a thing with all teams at some point in the coming years. A lot of guys are going to start moving to 6-man to keep guys healthy, keep guys off the injured list. And to your point, right, you got a lot of depth with starting pitching. If you have a lot of guys who can throw and just eat up innings, so that way they're fresh for the postseason, I think you'll start seeing more and more of that across baseball, especially the teams that are contending. So.
Absolutely. Guys, I got to bounce. Have a great show.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it, man.
Peace.
Appreciate you, Ben. Thanks,
Jeff.
Good seeing you, Jeff.
See ya.
So talking about pitching here, who do you guys think is the AL Cy Young winner? Are we going to get some Skubal? Is it going to be Crochet? Who comes forward in the American League for you guys? Let's start it off with you, Al.
Again, I feel like I'm boring, but I think I got to go with Skubal here until he's dethroned. I mean, Crochet could easily win it. I can't really think of anybody who seems like somebody who'd be emerging. Maybe a healthy Cole Reagans could enter that discussion, but I just, until we see some sort of signs of decline, which clearly we are probably a long way from seeing, I gotta keep going with Skubal.
Okay, what about you, Frank?
Yeah, I mean, it's the boring answer. I think it's the right answer, right? I think you kind of have to preface all the awards this season with like the non-Skubal pick the non-Skeens pick,
Right.
the non-Judge pick, the non-Otani pick, right? Like, it's just, there's such obvious favorites in each of those categories. But I would go with Scooble if I wasn't going to go with Scooble or Crochet, because I think he's right up there with him as well. I like Jacob deGrom as like a sneaky pick this year, man. He came back last year, got the full season under his belt after the Tommy John surgery, pitched really well. You know, some hiccups down the stretch, but this was his first full season in a long time. I think we could see like a full-on 180-plus inning season of not prime deGrom, but a lot like the deGrom we saw last year, and maybe he even builds off of that a little bit this season.
Well, and I think that's a good call because Texas has become the second best pitching park in baseball. And deGrom didn't get all those miles on his shoulder. I mean, he's had a ton of surgeries. I'm not trying to say that the arm hasn't been well used, but he came up as a catcher. He only started pitching later in life, so to speak. And so I think he is a pitcher that could pitch well into being 40 years old if he can stay healthy. Like, his stuff is just disgusting. I'm with you. There's such redundancy in awards and in winners and just the top end talent. Like you were saying, the non-Judge winner, the non-Otani winner. I think this is the year that Logan Gilbert puts ratios and strikeouts together. 2 years ago, he was an innings eater and a ratio beast. Last year, his ratios weren't great, but he struck out a ton of players. I think this is the year he puts the noodle and the muscle together, so to speak, and we get I think he's my dark horse. So that's who I'm going with. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I was actually thinking in the same wavelength as Frank. I was going to go Jacob deGrom as a sneaky pick, but I actually like Brian Wu this year if it's not Scooble. I think he continues to take the next step there in the AL. NL wise, and somebody's bringing it up in the live chat right now. I got if it's not going to be Skeens, I like Christopher Sanchez this year to continue to climb the ladder. I'm not sure why either. Maybe you guys can help me out here. It seems like Christopher Sanchez, and rightfully so, there's three guys ahead of him that are better, right? That I would rather have in fantasy drafts. But with Christopher Sanchez, I feel like we haven't been talking about him enough or a lot. We've talked about, obviously, and rightfully so, the Scoobles, the Skeens, and the Crochets. But isn't there a world where Christopher Sanchez is kind of like that Garrett Crochet type of, like, it's Scooble, then Crochet in the AL, and then it's Skeens and Sanchez right there on his heels too. Do you guys have any shares of Christopher Sanchez? Do you think we are in for a better year, or does he take a step back?
I have a few shares of early drafts that I did, like NFBC Gladiators and things like that, just because in a draft and hold format like that, where there's no waiver wire, I do like to kind of lean on starting pitching a little bit more there. I agree with you completely. I could see that Christopher Sanchez getting to that Garrett Crochet level where he marries the volume with the skill set, right? He's given us so much volume the past couple of years, but last year he got even better because the velocity jumped, and then we got more strikeouts from him as well. So if he can maintain that big velo jump, I think we see a lot of strikeouts again this year. Obviously, really good Phillies team, so he should have the run support. I think that bullpen is going to be really good. So everything is setting up for him to have a massive season. Obviously, he has to stay healthy, but that's kind of the caveat we put on every pitcher nowadays.
Damn right.
I saw you nodding your head, Al. Do you agree on Christopher Sanchez?
Yeah, no, you know what I was thinking of, like, who's the non-Skeens guy. Sanchez was definitely the first one I thought of. And I'm saying this is somebody who has been just drafting him over and over again for 3 years running, but I think Logan Webb is pretty much right there too, and he doesn't get quite the same attention in the fantasy discussion because he doesn't quite have the same strikeout potential. But tons of grounders, great ballpark, eats a ton of innings. So maybe he could surprise and be if not the winner, maybe the runner up.
I like that. I'm interested in Yuri Perez this year as my dark horse for Cy Young. He can stay healthy. He's so delicious to watch, and he's younger than Skeens. He's younger than Scooble. He's a baby. He's like 22, 23 years old, and he's just throwing fire. Just so delicious. So go ahead.
I was going to say, to that point, we talked about dark horse Cy Youngs, and to Frank's point, the non-Judge and non-Otanis. Let's shift it over to the hitter side or MVP side. Not named Otani, not named Judge. Do you guys have a dark horse for MVP? Whether that's real life or fantasy, or however you want to take it.
Yeah, so it's not because I'm just on here with you. I see the hat, the Orioles hat. We're going to talk about this all a little bit later on the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast. But my non-judge pick is Gunnar Henderson to win the MVP this season. I think last year he was hampered by the injury. We saw what he could do the year prior to that. I think he bounces back with lineup protection. Obviously, Pete Alonso in that lineup. I think they're going to have a really big offensive season. I worry a little bit about the pitching on that side of the ball for the Orioles, but I think their lineup is going to be really good. I think Gunnar Henderson is going to be right in the middle of that. 30-plus homers, 25, 30 steals, something like that. I think he has a massive season. On the NL side, not really a dark horse, but non-Ohtani pick. I would go with Ronald Acuna. The fact that he's been running, going back to his time in the Venezuelan Winter League, he's been running in the WBC as well. I think he could get back to like 40-40 this season, man, with a really good batting average in the middle of a really good Braves lineup. Another team kind of thin on the pitching side, but I think their offense is going to bounce back, and Acuna is going to be right in the middle of all that.
Love it. Love those picks. What about you, Al? Who you got outside of Ohtani and Judge in the MVP discussion?
Yeah, no, I like the Gunnar Henderson call there a lot, Frank. That was the first name I thought of on the AL side. NL side, again, feel like I'm kind of going on a boring streak here, but Juan Soto, I think, could definitely pull off a win there. I mean, if I have to pick one, obviously it's got to be Ohtani, but I don't feel like it's total gimme. I think if Soto can put together a full season or close to a full season of what he's able to do, that's an MVP year.
Cool. And you're going with Gunnar in the AL, is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. Sam, I love this, by the way. I love you guys to hyping up my boy here. Sam, who you got in the AL and the NL?
Well, I'm sorry to say that I don't have Gunnar Henderson, although I really am. If it wasn't for Bobby Witt, I'm a big fan of Michael Garcia. But I think that there's too much distraction that happens with Bobby Witt there. It's kind of what helps Judge set himself apart, is that there's nobody else helping him out, the Yankees. Maybe Jazz a little bit. Sorry, was that too soon, Frank? Was I too harsh with that?
Hey, come on. I have your Mariners in the World Series, man. Cut me some slack.
So I don't think Cal repeats with 60 home runs, and it's clear that they don't value catching in that discussion. But what happens if Julio starts off hot like he ends hot? What happens if Julio has a full 6 months? If Julio hits for anything in April and May this year, he could win the MVP, and I would have no problems with that. So, not to be a homer tonight, but I'm all in on the Julio hype.
Well, it's funny because that was going to be my pick, and to your point, like, how many years have we seen Julio start off extremely slow, but his numbers are always there in the end? Imagine if he just puts it all together from start to finish. We're talking a 40-40 guy easy if he can, again, start off hot, right? So the fact that he went 30-30 last year and had a slow first half is insane. So Julio Rodriguez outside of Aaron Judge was my pick for the AL MVP. And then NL side of things, I'm with Frank. If Ronald Acuna can stay healthy and he's running again, he's going to be stealing 50s. I don't know if he'll get to 50, 60, 70 like he did the other that year. He stole 70, but the fact that he's running again is obviously a good sign, and hopefully he can continue to build on that and stay healthy all season long. The Braves are one of those teams, guys. I don't know how you feel about it from a fantasy perspective, but we've had a lot of disappointments from guys like Acuna getting hurt. Matt Olson's been pretty rock solid, but Austin Riley's been hurt and kind of meh the past couple of seasons as well. Ozzie Albies hasn't been great. They have a lot of talent in this lineup, and shifting gears here, what are we expecting from the Braves? And Frank, I'll start with you in terms of fantasy perspective. Are you expecting the Austin Riley bounce back, Ozzie Albies? You have any shares of these guys?
Hey, you guys, I'm sorry, but I'm going to head out. So thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Al. Appreciate it, man.
See you, my man.
Yeah, great to see y'all, guys.
Yeah, so with the Braves, it just feels like they have been snake bitten the past couple of years, man. And their pitching staff already, dude, from losing Schwellenbach, Strider's on the IL, and a lot of these other guys are feels like their arms are just barely holding up right now. Like Grant Holmes and Ronaldo Lopez, his velocity has been way down. So definitely questions about the pitching side. I think the hitting bounces back, man. I mentioned I love Acuna this season, and I think an interesting facet of their offense is Antoine Richardson coming over as the first base coach there. Now they're talking about these guys are all going to start running more. And I think Austin Riley, while we don't really view him as a speedster. He's like 75th percentile in sprint speed. He's actually pretty fast. So they're talking like he could steal 20 bases this year. Ozzie Albies, not the fastest guy, but he's given us a couple like 15, 20 steal seasons. Can he get up over 20 once again? He's kind of a wild card, Ozzie Albies, because in the second half of last year, his wrist was finally getting right. His hand was getting right. And he's turned into the Ozzie Albies of old. He looked like himself. He was having a big second half. Boom, suffers the broken hand late in the season. And it just kind of set me back and start wondering, like, man, is this going to hamper him once again, like all over again this season? So, look, he's been healthy this spring. He's looked good. So I'm going to lean on that. I do like Ozzie Albies and Austin Riley to bounce back. I think the Braves offense is going to be great this season.
There you go. Yeah, pitching might not be. They might have to score 12. Might have to score 12 runs a game to win baseball games. But yeah, I agree with you. Sam, any thoughts on the Braves? Do you have any shares outside of Acuna and the Matt Olsons that are just rock solid? But
in Dynasty, I have a couple shares of Ozzie Albies. I bought him cheap in the last couple years as people have gone off of him. It's been too inconsistent since 21 when they won the World Series, and Acuna has been too expensive for me. I don't. I think that the Braves are the cream of the crop in the NL East, but they have to stay healthy, and their pitching has to come together. And so, it wouldn't surprise me if they finish third or fourth. Quite honestly, I mean they have the most variance of any team, I think, in the major leagues as we look at that high-end talent. There's not a lot of other great teams where you're like, they could also lose 90 games. And I think that's something that's real.
Hey, there he is.
Hey! What's up, everybody?
What's going on, Govier?
What's up, Frank?
Long time no see. I feel like probably Arizona last time I saw you, right?
Absolutely. I always have my proxy in New York, so you never see me there.
What's going on, man? How's everything?
It's wonderful. I'm so happy to be here for Bozofest. I'm so excited. Glad you could pop in, Frank. It's such a pleasure to have you on here. I love seeing Sam and Mike and everybody else who's going to be popping in. Live chatters. Everybody loves opening day. And the game's about to tip off. Tip off. Play ball. Sorry.
We knew what you meant.
Hey, the Sonics are coming back to Seattle. I might actually watch basketball again.
Minority owner, Sam Wershing?
No. If I'm buying into anything, it's the Mariners, baby.
Guys, I'm actually gonna hop out though because I want to watch the Yankees. But I appreciate you having me. Thank you all, and good luck this season.
Glad I can catch you, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Peace and love, Frank.
Hey, guys.
Later. All right, hey, the epic water bottle of Govier. We finally got all three of us on. This is the most hydrated crew in the fantasy baseball industry. I wish I had my obnoxious water bottle. It's in the other room.
Make it 4.
Yeah, there you go. Owen Hurd, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, guys. Happy to join the most hydrated podcast crew for tonight in fantasy baseball. Let's have a Bozofest.
Woo!
We got work to put in, guys. We got work to put in. We need to keep those systems hydrated and functioning properly.
It's a long night. Yeah.
It's a long season, baby. It's a long season.
That's right. Owen, you want to tell everybody what you're working on, who you're with, where people can find you?
Yeah, so this season, I have a new role that I'm very excited for. I'm going to be covering waiver wires for fantasy with MLB Data Warehouse with Doc, John, and Tim Kanak over there. So very excited for that. You can also still find my pods at STS, and then you can find my tweets at Owen_FBB.
There we go, man. Thanks for joining tonight, man. Super happy to have you on. I know you and I have been trying to connect for a while to do a show. We did a couple last year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You came on here, I think, and I was on yours for a little bit. So super excited to have you on. Govier and Owen, we were just talking about, and Frank actually brought this up, the making our picks for MVP and Cy Youngs, not named Skubal and Skeens, not named Judge and Ohtani. Owen, I'll start with you with the pitching department. Who is the AL NL Cy Young not named Tarek Skubal and Paul Skeens?
I'm gonna expose my bias a little bit here, but I think it's got to be Garrett Crochet for me, assuming that the Skubal Skeens off the table there. Am I doing AL MVP too? You want me to hold tight?
Sure.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'll go Bobby Witt Jr. I think it's just kind of absurd, even in a down year, that he's a 7+ WAR player. I think that if there is any player in the AL, in my opinion, that poses a legitimate threat to Aaron Judge, it's Bobby Witt Jr. So those are my two: Bobby Witt Jr. and Crochet for AL MVP and AL Cy.
Great. OVA. What about you, my friend?
Oh, crap. Hey, we got another Mike here. Look at this. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in.
What's up, guys? Meeting of the mics.
That's right.
Mike on the mic.
Too many mics. Mike, you're just joining us. We're talking MVP, AL. What am I doing, Mike?
Ooh.
What's happening? I'm doing 10 things at once.
AL MVP and
Aren't we
AL
all?
Cy Young that are not named Judge and not named Tarek Skubal.
Well, it's Crochet for Cy Young this year. No problem with that. I've most drafted pitcher in terms of the best of those three in my leagues. And then for MVP, hell, I don't know. Who's ready to take that mantle? How about somebody from the AL Central, Bobby Witt? I have to agree. I think it's Bobby Witt this year. Although I kind of want to go Gunnar Henderson. But
Yes.
Gunnar
I'm
Henderson
serious.
was the popular number 2.
Oh, he is?
Garcia, baby. Michael Garcia
Yeah.
is going to distract from Bobby Witt this year. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for a Kansas City Royal. Although they're my pick, my dark horse pick for the World Series. So there you go.
You're just doing that because you want the Mariners to win, dude. That's bullshit. Everybody knows it.
It's my bullshit, man. I can't say that shit out loud.
We understand.
Mike,
Great job.
who you got as your AL MVP and AL Cy Young, not named Judge, not named Tarek Skubal?
Okay, well, if we've got to go away from the actual favorites there, I mean, those would be my picks. But I mean, I'm surprised nobody's going Julio Rodriguez in the AL
I did.
with those Mariners. Yeah, there we go.
I did. Yep.
I mean, I think we're all waiting for that year that Julio puts together the first half that matches the second half. And when it happens, dude, it's going to be like an 8-10 WAR season. So Julio would be my second pick. And then if you're looking at the pitcher side, and I'll even go a little bit deeper than Crochet, I think Cole Reagans, man. If Cole Reagans can stay healthy, he's an electric, like 12K 9 arm. He's got a great team there in Kansas City. I think the Royals are going to make some noise in 2026, riding the waves of being beamed up with Team Italy between Vinny P and Jack Tani there. It seems the vibes are there. I mean, Sam alluded to Maikel Garcia. I love Maikel Garcia this year. That Maikel, Kansas City Royals, I think they can carry Cole Reagans to that Cy Young.
All right. Love it.
Love it. Welcome.
Davey Boy Funnel, how we doing, my friend?
Hey, there he is.
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys tonight?
Oh, yeah. Davey in the house. How you been, brother?
Yeah.
We're pumped, man. We're all ready. We're all drinking water and staying hydrated so far. So
Yeah, we're the lamest podcast around, but hey, we have a good time for being lame and sober as we are.
Supposed to be water.
Uh-oh.
Hey-o.
Seriously,
job.
I'm gonna drink my Ryan.
Mike, I want to kick it back to Mike really quick. Mike, tell everybody where they can find you, what you're working on, and tell us where you're at.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, if you want to hear me talk ball, you can catch me on the Cards and Categories podcast. It's hosted by Razball. Comes out weekly. We cover both fantasy baseball and baseball cards, a little bit of a mix there, as well as just like general baseball. Sam's been on twice. He's been our AL West previewer for the past 2 years. It's a great time. So check it out if you're looking for a new podcast, especially if you are looking for something that has a bit of a baseball card twist to it. We cover every new release, and we love dogging on Fanatics and Tops. So if you are also anti-monopoly, join us. If you want to read my written work, I'm at Baseball Prospectus this year. So I'm behind the written paywall. I will be doing starting pitching there. Had my first piece run last week, and should have a couple more coming out within the next week to get you set up for the season. And then we're going all season long. It's going to be, I think, a slugfest on the pitching side. It's going to be a war of attrition. So it's going to be quite the roller coaster as we're writing about all those arms that are getting hurt, firing strikes. And I'm looking forward to this baseball season, guys. It's going to be a great time.
China.
Thanks, Mike.
They can read your shit in China too, I hear. I mean, you can see it anywhere.
And I guess from a socials perspective, you can find me on Blue Sky at mcool7, COUILL 7, like my last
And
name.
your social handle is
Donald J. Trump.
all right.
The real
Razzballer. You're a Razzballer, huh, Mike?
Yeah, that's where I started. So I've still got the podcast there at Razzball, and Gray and all that. That team does an absolute great work over there. So certainly check them out. That, like, if you're looking for fantasy tools, they've got some of the best around. So I've been using that stuff for my writing and to win fantasy leagues for years now.
Great. Excellent, Mike. Thanks so much. And Dave, kicking it back over to you, my friend. Tell everybody where they can find you, what you're working on, your socials, all that good stuff. And then I also want your pick for AL Cy Young and AL MVP, not named Judge, not named Scuba.
All right. This season, I'll be doing the injury report at Fantrax 3 days a week. I'll be doing some injury stuff with Rotoballer on the weekends. I'll be doing, I'm going to work. I've got a Substack that just came out, so I'm going to try and keep up with that and adding to that daily. And Mike Carter and I, we've got a podcast going on this year. So
really?
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
I didn't know that. Awesome.
Yeah. So it's going to be a busy year, but it's going to be a good year. So yeah.
Good deal, man. Who you got for your picks?
All right. I'm going to go a little dark horse here, just because I really like Framber this year. I like Framber in Detroit.
Really?
AJ Hinch, pitching in Comerica.
Go Tigers.
It's all lining up for him, and I really like. I think he's going to unlock something that he had when he was with Hinch in Houston, and I don't know, could lead to an AL Cy Young. You never know. And my MVP, I'm going to go dark horse again. Someone I really, really like. He's actually my number one at its position. I love Pete Alonso. I love him in Baltimore. I love him with the short fence. I love everything about him. And he's come into the team so far, and he's been a leader in and out of the clubhouse. I think the teammates are going to love him. I think he's going to get some great pitches to hit, and I think he's going to hit at least 40 this year. So he's my dark horse for MVP.
I hope you're right, man. I'm pulling for you. I want both of those to hit, especially the Alonso one.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll see.
I mean, I'd rather it be Julio, but
of course you do, Sam.
Polar Bear is awesome. I have loved Pete Alonso ever since he came up, man. Like, that guy is just fun to watch play baseball and fun to watch at the plate. So, I could see that shit happening for him. Like, there was something wrong with the Mets. Like, there seems to be some little bit of toxicity, and not to read too much in it, like winning solves everything.
Genius. Very wise. You are wise, man.
I think there's things coming into Baltimore this year that they start off hot in April, and that shit's going to go down. They're going to light the AL East on fire. So I like the call.
They got a good shot. They've got the pitching, and once they get healthy, they've got the lineup. So you never know.
Wait a minute. Wait, Owen, would you rather have Matt Olson or Pete Alonso this year?
Pete.
Not even close?
I feel like the lower K rate makes it Pete for me. I actually just drafted Alonso over Olson in a points redraft league that I just did. So it's Alonso for me. Even though he does scare me a little bit in the AL East, gotta pick the better player. So that's Pete Alonso for me.
That whole division is hitters parks too. Like, that whole division is just built for offense, and the NL East is not. And I would say about Matt Olson that, we saw something when he hit 50 home runs. I think that was his outlier season. I think what he's done the last couple is more in line with what he's going to do going forward. And that, to me, doesn't scare Pete Alonso every day over that.
Love it. I'm going to be the homer pick and go Pete Alonso, and I'm not going to say anything else. So
no explanation needed.
Right, exactly.
Death sentence. It's over. You screwed your team. AL East is loaded. It's going to be a hell of a run this year.
It is.
I was looking at the over-under totals on wins for a lot of those teams in the AL East, and it's going to be – there's a lot of high expectations. Really, Toronto, the defending AL champ, seems like an afterthought suddenly, but they're far from that. So it's going to be a showdown in the East.
Here we go. We'll see how that turns
Yeah,
out.
do it.
I think it was who said it was a Frank. I think Frank said he had 4 teams from the AL East coming out of that division to make the playoffs. So the only team not making it was Tampa.
Tampa Bay would literally have to win 20 to 40 games to make that a reality.
Dude.
There's no way. But I like the optimism. I just think that the Detroit and Kansas City in the Central are not going to be denied, and I think Seattle and Texas are the best teams in the West. And I think those 4 teams advance, and any 3 of the other 4 from the AL East, I'm all in on. But
yeah.
But you got my O's win. You got my O's win in the AL East, right?
Yeah, we just dropped our picks today at BP, and I had all the wild card teams coming from the AL East as well. So I think it's a really strong division. I think the Royals are great. I think the Tigers pitching's a little thin, and you can't. Everybody's pick. I think everybody at BP picked the Mariners to win the AL West this year. That I don't see another playoff team in that AL West, so that's going to help the M's even more. I think they might really push that 2001 record that they had.
Just stop. Rubber on the road, man. I have to see shit happen in season. I'm just gotta keep that helium down, man. I'll be fucking way up there. Mariners are so great.
They are. Speaking of great, how about Nick Pollock checking in?
Hey,
everybody, hey. Nick Pollock. You guys may have heard of him. He's kind of branching out now, trying to do his own thing, maybe get some publicity for himself. First time ever. It's called Pitcherless. It's a newer thing, but I'm telling you, this thing's going to be something someday, folks.
I just feel like hitters just get all the attention.
Right.
And it's stupid. It's
Hello,
just the
Nick.
stupidest thing. How are you guys?
Good, man. Thanks
Everybody
for
say at the same time. Woo! Yeah.
Just wanted to say hi. I love that you do this every single year.
We had a fun time with you that one year. You and Chad went to toe on Bobby Miller. Remember that? That was fun.
Oh, I did. I actually made him the shirt. I made the Bobby Unfurled shirt for him. He won the bet.
Woo!
And then
that is
I still have it.
That's wonderful. I know you'd follow through on that. That's the kind of guy you are.
I was never going to make him get a Cole Reagan's tattoo.
No?
I was never going to do that.
No,
you should have made him. That'd have been funny.
But guys, I really just want to make sure one thing. I hope you all have a Baja Blast.
Oh my god!
I want one of those so bad. That will go great in my collection right behind me.
I'm just
have it on one of those shelves. That would be awesome.
What happened is one of our former writers is working on this as a client for Mountain Dew. It was just I can't believe that Chad, I've been trying to reach out and give you the shirt.
Chad, he's here. Let's get the address going. Come on. I gave Chad the link. He could have popped on tonight, so I don't know where he's at.
Oh man. All right, reach out to me. I'll get it sent to you, okay, man? You deserve this shirt. Oh my gosh. Pat Riley?
Is that true?
Yeah. Oh,
Adrian Brody?
Absolutely. We wanted you to slick back the hair for the basketball game for the kids. We wanted you to go.
Oh man, I forgot. Right, I wore the suit to the
late 90s Pat Riley walking the sideline or the sidelines at MSG.
God. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know he was a Knicks coach. I only knew him as the Miami Heat coach when we hated the Heat. So
he was with the Lakers.
I hated Pat Riley as a kid.
I was gonna say he's been everywhere.
Yeah.
Nick, Cy Young winners for this year, not named Skeens and Scooble.
Sure.
Who are your picks?
I'm gonna go with Keens and Kubel. No, I mean, all right. If you want to do sure. Oh my god. You want to do a crochet is the easy one if you want. Dark horse for each one. I mean, Max Fried, honestly, as long as he stays healthy the entire year. Why are you focused on me? You should just stop this right now. There's no reason for that at all.
I'm just producing, man. Come on.
I don't honestly think about this stuff. I'm so just in on all right, what's their fantasy value? And I don't even think about the top 15 much because who cares?
So who's
They're on the teams now, whatever, and that's it. You don't need me. That's good luck. I hope you choose the right one.
Get radical with it. Just get radical. Say something silly.
Yeah. I'm going to say dark horse is Brandon Sprout.
Yeah, now we're cooking.
Dark. But does he have rookie eligibility actually?
Yeah,
I think so.
Check that.
I think so.
And that's my rookie of the year pick for the National League.
Woohoo!
Yeah, there you go. There's a.
Oh, here's Chad. Chad's ready to respond to you.
Can I? You stopped going to First Pitch Arizona.
I know. Yeah, I haven't made out. There's been some life stuff in the way of it.
Understood. Well, how do I get this shirt your way then?
We'll touch base. I actually reached out to you like a week ago, ironically, about the shirt on Twitter.
Oh man, how? Where? I
sent a message to ask for a photo of it for
nobody
an
can check
article
their DMs
about
though.
trusting your
Chad.
judgment even when it flies in the face of conventional wisdom.
Okay.
And I'm like, the shirt
This is
is
a lot of
example of it.
It's a lot of code here, and I'm just send me a DM.
I can't believe you're going to open a DM though. I'm terrified. All my DMs are filled with people asking me to, sign up or vote for them in a coming election. Or some shit.
I remember I got that from one person once, and I was like, "What?" And I didn't click on it. I was like, "Oh, thank God."
I'm scared.
I still get the porn bots. I don't know if anybody gets any of those.
Oh yeah, those are standard issue too. It's all the classics.
Still got those, yeah.
All the classics.
Nick was on the right
honestly,
team
that
for
might be
Dark
what
Horses,
is like
by the way.
blocked. Like I always see like that. There's like one comment or two, and I see like probable spam. I even hit that. I don't see anything, and like that's probably what I used to get those all the time. And I would like the bet people. Like I listen to this guy's advice, and I'm like, what? Oh my God, it's really bad. Anyway, guys, happy baseball season. We made it.
Hell yeah.
And we really be appreciative of the fact that March 25th, 2026, we have baseball. We know there's a full season. We had a normal spring training. Everything is normal. And
you're really
probably
focusing
won't
on that,
next
aren't
year.
you?
So
Yeah,
let's
there it is.
not take
We've
that for
already got our
granted.
first delay of the year too. Woo.
Yeah, that's right. The game hasn't started yet. We got a delay, but cherish
And
these moments.
Last thing, only I want to say one pitcher inside the top 25 is hurt so far.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Yeah.
No!
There, Dave, you got it.
Oh, wait,
I mean, no one knows it better than Dave over here.
Would it be two now with Pepio on the IL?
Nah, I was just outside the top 25. Why do you think I used you? How do you lie with statistics? Okay, you say, oh, the last 11 games. That means if you did 12, it would not include it.
Most def, yeah.
Sounds like another bet coming. With
No bets.
No, I just assumed he had him in the top 25.
I mean, I had him around there. Then I was like, you know what? I'm wish casting too much, and then all of a sudden, bam. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
This feels like Nick Lodolo disrespect, unless he's the that you were talking about.
I mean, blister happened.
Blisters happen.
I do.
Very true.
He still pitched 170 innings this year.
He needs.
But he probably won't.
He
absolutely won't.
Whose method was that? Where you would just piss on his hands and he'd be like, "It."
Oh, that's Nolan
Jorge
Ryan.
Posada, the
No,
legend.
Jorge Posada. Nolan Ryan would do the pickles.
No,
Rich
Rich
Posada would
Rich
do his hands
Posada.
for the blisters.
Who was it? Oh my gosh.
Jorge
Rich
Posada.
Hill. Rich Hill.
Rich Hill?
Yeah, Rich Hill used to piss on his hand as well.
Well, there's a lot of people apparently. I mean, you can't just pigeonhole people because they never did it more than 10 times.
People in the locker room, so
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I go piss in my hands. I'll be
I wanted to say hi.
Who
I
wants
wanna
to
make sure I didn't
gamble
miss
and
this, so.
Google that one.
I know.
Also,
Nick's
really
going to lead
excited
us
about what
into
Sam's
we're
doing.
losing control. So
Sam, I don't know how much you've mentioned what you're doing at all to anyone, and you don't have to now if you haven't. But what Sam's doing is can't wait. I absolutely just cannot wait.
Moises Alou. That's who it was.
I was actually thinking Moises Alou. I was like, I didn't want to.
That guy's such a
I don't
pisser.
want to tell you that name if I'm wrong.
How does that work? They just put both hands under like this and just like
They're
pee on
just
it,
in the
or-
shower and they just let
I'm
it
not going to
rip.
continue the story. Goodbye, guys.
I don't want to do it.
Good to see you.
Happy New Year, Nick. We love you, buddy. Enjoy the baseball season as we say goodbye. Yeah, that's that shit. Mike, could we get focused here for a second, please?
Yes, we absolutely can. If you guys will indulge me really quick, I do want to get to our second annual MLB jersey giveaway. I have the wheel ready to roll. Thank you guys all who participated. I'm going to be giving away a free jersey. So once I spin this wheel, I'm going to share my screen. I've gotten good at this.
He has.
I have. And I've even titled this. It's a free site, Bozofest 2026. So we're going to spin it once.
Cool.
Here we go. In
Wow.
3, 2, 1. Going now.
What's it gonna be?
Oh!
Oh!
It is Donnie Staff 78. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Donnie. You did it, buddy.
Hit me up on Twitter. I will get you your free jersey. I will ship it to your house free of charge. You can even get old school players, new school players, whatever you want. So congratulations. It better not be an Orioles jersey. I hope it is. I'll just pull one out of my closet and send it to you. Congratulations, Donnie Staff. Yeah.
Donnie. Oh, that's great. It makes me happy. I love when we do cool things like that. So, Donnie, don't mess around. Make sure you take advantage of that jersey. And thanks for being a part of the Pallazzo Podcast. 2Ls2Zs. We're live here for Bozofest.
Give me two.
We got Owen and Sam and me and Mikey and Dave and Mike and Chad doing our thing here. Someone else will pop in soon. You guys can jump over the live chat, make your predictions. Who's going to hit a home run tomorrow? We're going to do home run predictions, which we do every year. And I assume someone's going to pick Tyler O'Neill because he's on a streak.
Let's not go Tyler O'Neill because that's the common answer, right? So kind of like what we did with Ohtani and Judge. No Tyler O'Neill picks.
There we go. Good man.
So anybody want to start? Who's going to hit a home run tomorrow?
Who's the shittiest pitcher starting tomorrow?
Cal Raleigh is going to hit the first home run. Cal Raleigh. Come on now.
On the board.
Put it on the board.
You got it. Hey, the Canadian Cowboy's here. What's up, Canadian Cowboy?
Well, I heard you pussies weren't drinking, so you know.
Whoa!
We are drinking. We're drinking water.
Govier's gonna get that big ass water bottle.
I'm not heading for the mountains of Bush.
We don't speak Canadian here. You need to translate that shit into English.
So speaking of Tyler O'Neill home runs, hey guys, everybody's excited. He's Canadian. You know?
Yay! That's awesome.
So you better run a
But I love it. So who else? So we got Cal Raleigh from Sam. Robbie, do you have one you want to throw at us right now?
Cal Caros, Rockies.
Oh. Are they playing tomorrow? Or you mean Friday?
I don't know. I don't care.
He's
going out batting
practice. No
My
soul
bad.
left. No soul. No emotions.
It's fine. Whatever. Okay. There it is. Cal Caros. Oh, and who's going to hit a dawn tomorrow? Who do you like?
Look, I'm gonna go Spencer Torkelson. I'm not a big Nick Pivetta guy. I think the regression monster is coming. I liked him a lot entering this last year, but just looking at this slot, I think to me he just I also feel like I could go maybe a Pete Crow Armstrong too. Cade Cavalli on the mounds for Washington. I kind of like those are two that immediately stand out to me that I feel like are kind of the non-obvious pop-out picks.
Okay. I like that. Here's the starters for tomorrow for people who are curious following along. Mikey, what about you? Mikey C.
I'm gonna go Munetaka Murakami. Let's do it. Let's start the MLB career with a bang. He's got the dome, so we know that the game won't get canceled because that is one factor with the Cubs game. I'm in Chicago, and they're calling for golf-size hail tomorrow, so we'll see whether or not that game happens. Murakami is playing, and I think he's got a good path to like 40 bombs this year. Let's start strong.
Wow, really, man, I might really regret not having him in my home league. Okay, I think Mr. Mizrowski is on the mound for the Brewers tomorrow. Davey, who you got?
I'll take Jordan and Isaac Paredes. Back to back. Let's just go back to back, something like that. Yeah. It's Jose Soriano. Give it a shot.
Oh,
hell yeah.
I love that call. I'm a Mariners fan, and Jordan Alvarez is my favorite batter in all of baseball. That guy is so angry when he hits. I love it. Love it.
And they're at home, too. They love it there. So, yeah, they're going to hit some bombs, I think.
And Davey. Wait, we just did Davey. Who else? Chad, you're down there. Get up there, buddy. Who you got?
I'm not just going to give you one that's going to happen. I'm going to give you the first home run of the day.
Oh, okay.
Right off the bat, Ryan O'Hearn is going to hit a home run off of Freddie Peralta.
Done and done.
And then Spencer Horowitz is going to hit one.
That's right. And then all the Pirates people will forget to have one of the worst owners in sports, right? I know it.
Great job.
That's how it always starts for the year.
That's so beautiful. Ryan O'Hearn, new signee. What about you, Mikey?
I'm going to go Matt McClain.
You son of a bitch. You know what ended up happening, Mike? And
you ended up drafting him?
No, I did not end up getting enough of him, and I could really regret it now. I really could. I didn't even keep him in my home league, and now this spring has got me on full tilt freak out mode. I am terrified right now. Classic ultimate nightmare FOMO on Matt McClain. I just hope that he falls apart. Please fall apart.
No falling apart. No,
That's
evil.
I know. Isn't that awesome? I root for your demise, you bastard.
Right.
I want to win.
Yeah.
Who do you got? Who do you got hitting a home run tomorrow, Go?
Well, I was thinking it seems shockingly simple enough to call Junior Caminero off Matthew Liberatore tomorrow.
I like it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That guy hits home runs? Is he a home run hitter?
I looked into it. Turns out the Rockies don't play.
That's okay, but they play
Friday.
Friday.
I still think he's going to get some batting practice.
Okay.
But
Coors.
maybe Tyler O'Neill's going to rub off that home run luck onto somebody that I need all of the turnaround for in an Oriole, Mike. Kobe Mayo. Why not?
Yes.
Dare to dream.
Come
all
on.
those dynasty shares. Let's just get it back in one at bat.
One at bat. It's right.
He had a hell of a September, from what I remember.
Yeah, help with spring training too. There you go. Let's see. We talked about the AL and NL or AL.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, Ben couldn't be here tonight. Our beloved Ben. He's under the weather. He's had a long stretch and he's trying to recoup. So he did have some predictions he threw my way that we've done so far. AL MVP, he's going Bobby Witt Jr. with his dark horse being Riley Green.
Wow, no Braves. Huh, he usually finds a way.
Well,
Sammy? Even in the AL. We'll figure it out.
100%.
Former Brave, yeah. Hunter,
Yeah, exactly. Jose Suarez. He's back.
Hey! Did we cover anything else so far in predictions? Because he gave me a bunch. Or
World
Series.
Series.
Does he have a World Series pick?
Has
He sure
anybody
does.
here given their World Series picks besides Mike and I?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, and were you here for that when we did World
I was
Series?
not.
pick?
No. It looks like he says, he wrote a lot of stuff. He gave me all his predictions for each division, but I don't know if it says World Series winner here, so I can't go there. Sorry, Ben. That's it. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night. All right, Dave. I'll start with you, man. Who's your who you got in the World Series? Who's winning it all?
I'm so boring. It's going to be the Dodgers again. We're in the middle of a dynasty right now. I know.
Man.
If I had to go, I know. If I go dark horse, maybe Detroit. Right? They got 3 good starters. They've got a good offense. They've got a good farm system. They've loaded their bullpen. Good division to win. And I'm sure they'll make some moves down the stretch. So
yeah,
there's my dark horse right there.
Love it.
That's not even a dark. Why is that a dark horse though? Like, I mean, this is a team went in the playoffs 2 straight years, right? Okay, it's fine. I won't get upset about it. That's a good pick regardless. And the truth is, after this year, man, I'm just going to be focusing on my fantasy teams. I'm not going to be a fan anymore because I think fandom is dying. I think in 25 years, people only care about their fantasy teams or like certain players. Teams will be long gone, like the way of the dodo bird. Sorry, Sam. I just feel like it's getting worse, not better in that department. I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm feeling that.
It's okay when you're wrong. Like I'm fine with that.
Oh, okay, good. That's fine.
Can't do it.
Mike C, who you got? World Series, AL, NL. Who you got winning it all? Mike, you're up.
He's thinking.
And we're
Can you hear
going
us?
live in 3, 2, 1.
You don't say the one. Now, you ever see Wayne's World? Come on.
Right. Mike Huyard, can you hear us? No?
He looks so
Smiles
happy.
politely.
He does look happy, yeah.
Oh, am I up? I'm having audio issues.
I hear that. Yeah, we can tell.
Maybe
We
that's
didn't
a good
notice. No one noticed.
No one knows.
I should have put his face up front. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, I can't. The other mics, there were like too many mics coming through. But this actually works out because I've got to wrap up anyway. But yeah, World Series picks. I'm going Dodgers. I'm going Mariners. I can't resist, man. It's great stuff.
That's fine. was glad you could make it here, Mike. Really appreciate
Thank
the
you,
effort,
Sam.
brother. Everybody, kick it with Sam.
Thank you,
Kick it with
Go
Mike. Talk cards, talk baseball. Thank you, brother, for being here.
Love you, Mike.
All right. I'll see you guys. Take care. It was a great time.
Bye, Mike.
Have a great
Happy New
baseball
Year.
season.
Peace and love.
Happy New Year.
Owen, who you got, buddy? I know you're a Red Sox fan, so don't you dare
Oh
pick Red Sox.
Can you move me away from being beside a Red Sox fan who's also anti-Canadian, saying Pavetta's going to give up a dinger tomorrow night? Owen, pleasure to meet you. Somebody move me away from him.
And that's our resident old grumpy guy.
Here,
Yeah.
we got the better red flag in the background right there.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
National
Man.
champ for you. Something
I
can't say.
Can't process that. I went to Michigan, and I can't process it. It's such an alternate reality I'm living in. Congratulations, though.
It's fun though. So I feel like I kind of went like the safe answers for my MVP Cy Young pick. So I'm going to go like a couple dark horses that I like. I feel like this team is actually kind of sneaky good, and it's a lot of ifs. But like I think the Houston Astros are a dark horse. Like I think the rotation is not nearly as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. Like, I think Brown, Imai, and Burrows could be a really good 1 through 3. If you get Jordan back healthy, if you get Cam Smith to take a step, you got Correa, Pena. I think Walker bounces back to some extent. Yainer Diaz is, in my opinion, like a top 10 or borderline catcher. I think that's a pretty good balance of a good lineup and a good rotation. And then you have, hopefully a healthy Hader back soon and Brian Abreu. That could be one of the better 8-9 inning combos. So I think the Astros are a team that, in my opinion, could surprise a few people. And then for the NL, I really like the Cubs for that. I think they're kind of a dark horse team that I could see kind of being like maybe like a 23 like Diamondbacks team. I think Cabrera is a nice add for them in the rotation. I think lineup wise, like Seiya, Happ, PCA is a pretty damn good 1 through 3 there. I don't think the Tucker loss is going to hurt them as much as some people are making it out. I think Alex Bregman is a good add for this year. I just think there's definitely a pretty low floor for that team, especially with the rotation. Matthew Boyd and Edward Cabrera is not, a 1-2 that I would personally want, but I think if all goes right for both of those teams, those two teams, I wouldn't rule out that we could see one of them in the World Series this year.
There you go. Lock him in, Gove.
Booyah!
Robbie, we'll go to you next. Who do you got in the World Series, AL, NL?
Let the big doggy.
That's right, baby. Rockies, obviously, because we're Dollander from the pen now. I like it.
Coors.
Exactly. It's real. Willie Castro MVP. You're not stopping the Blue Jays. And it's not pro-Canadian. It's the Sportsnet surrounding thing aside from where I am. They are too good, and they are not at all going to, for the first time in many, many years, be playing for the regular season. They're going to play for the playoffs, and that's a very different thing in my neck of the woods here. And everyone is talking about building into September, building through into October, not need a hot start, like the Orioles desperately need a hot start.
100%.
Everybody does, not in a bad way, I'm saying, because everybody is very concerned about what they're going to be. But I mean, you don't need to look at the blue. Let's look at the Rockies lineup, guys. Let's look at the power.
That's more entertaining.
Wow.
Look.
Thank you, Jesus.
DJ Rumsfeld, first base.
I mean, that'll work its way out. That'll end up being Condon. Yeah. There you go. Pretty good. That's how you have fun right there, guys. You look for what are called opportunities. That's what that lineup is full of. Opportunities.
Insane fantasy takes.
That's pretty insane, but I like it. Why not?
There you go. Chad, we'll go to you next, man. Who do you got in the World Series?
Oh, first, I have to devastate Robbie with something. And I have to use you, and I apologize, Mike, for this. What year? What was it? 2016, the year the Orioles were like the best team at the end of the year, randomly out of nowhere, and then the next year they were awful.
That was 2014 when we beat Govier's Bozo Tigers.
Delman Young.
ALDS.
That's this Blue Jays team.
Oh. Say goodbye.
The Cellar, here we come.
And reason is?
It's not a good team.
Cool.
Wait. What about their hitting?
That's it. We're done.
Oh,
Their hitting is honestly the worst part of it. Santander can't stay healthy. They have a geriatric in the outfield now.
Old man time, Springer.
Varsho is the most underwhelming, overperforming guy in the history of the outfield.
Wow. What about Okamoto?
Vlad is awesome. Vlad probably wins MVP this year.
He's
Finally.
also technically Canadian.
That's right. Okay. I like
But that pitching just I've never been a Dylan Cease fan. I just don't think it holds up.
I think he's the only pitcher in for like 5 or 6 straight years that has had over 200 strikeouts. No other pitcher in baseball has done that.
I'm sure he'll have the strikeout. I just think his ERA is going to go through the roof playing in Toronto.
Well, stats that aren't wins don't matter, and they're going to have a bunch of those, and that'll be what's important. So, because I hated the makeup of that team a year ago, and now I'm just saying I don't care because they somehow made it happen, and they didn't do what they needed to do mid-season. They waited till the last minute, the trade deadline, to put more bodies in place, and the Bieber signing worked out just lovely for the team, and I don't see why they wouldn't want to do one of those weird things again this year. Now, will it work out?
Honestly,
we don't know.
I would change my mind. You mentioned there's a certain pitcher out there named Lucas Giolito.
Absolutely. That
would change my mind. That would give them the depth they don't have at the starting pitch. Especially now that you Savage, we don't know if we're even going to see him this year.
Oh, no, we'll see him. He's going to be back real soon. Actually,
I don't know if they're going to. I think they're going to plumb at AAA for quite a while and really slow play things.
What do you think, Owen?
I don't see it. I mean, I think it's like one thing that I've definitely learned the past couple of years is you have to temper your expectations with these rookies, even when they kind of come up looking great. I think realistically, do I see him like going like past like 130, 140 innings? No. But I think the fact that they would leave him down in AAA for a majority of the year with where they're at now, and the fact that they need him to be a number 4, number 5, which in my opinion, he's very capable of being. I think I don't see a world where that happens.
I think they want to backload his innings. I think is the biggest issue. They want to have him.
They want to do that with their entire rotation
into the playoffs.
They want to do that with it. That's why they're probably calling San Diego and saying, "You hate JP Sears, we'll take him. We would like to use him for the first 2/3 of the year, and then bring our other guys in." Whoever made the comment of the Jays are waiting for Tiger Cat season, amazing. The Argos, Toronto Argos, CFL, obviously, everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. They're not even playing in Toronto this year because of the FIFA World Cup. They're playing at the University of Guelph, which is great, and they have their training camp there and all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah.
All right, so that was the let's get to the fun stuff.
More
CFL talk of the Dodgers dynasty.
Hang on real quick, Jed.
We're in that dynasty. I think last year was their 28-3 moment where they shouldn't have won, but they won. And they follow that up the next year by losing to Nick Foles. So while the Dodgers probably make the World Series, they're going to lose.
To
Seattle Mariners.
All right, there you go. By the way, Toronto has I don't think this is a bad rotation to start. I mean, you got Gossman, Cease, Eric Lauer, Cody Ponce, Max Scherzer, right? So there's worse rotations. And they have Shane Bieber and Jose Barrios.
I think Bieber's done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got forearm tightness. Dave, I'll swing it over to you, the injury guru here. What's the latest on Shane Bieber?
On Bieber?
Yeah.
Right now he's on the IL, and it's unfortunate because it's been such a slow buildup for him, and every time he tries to get back in there, I kind of feel like they rushed him last year. But I agree that they're going to probably slow play him and some of the others because I think they learned their lesson with the Dodgers that they're playing for October right now.
Right.
So if they have to run out guys like Scherzer right now, like a 41-year-old guy, they're going to take their time on pitchers like Bieber, like Savage, and I think they're going to do what they can, maybe piece the puzzles put the pieces of the puzzle together now so that later on. So I think Bieber still has a good role with them later in the season, but I think this year they're going to take their time with him. So I wouldn't expect him out there for maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months at least. But
so we're looking at May, you think?
At least.
Yeah.
But I think even longer than that.
Dave,
it is curious that they only put him on the 15-day DL, though. They didn't put him on the 60.
They did the 8, I think it was the 6 or 8, whatever the max rehab starts. They did that with Bieber last year post trade. Like they slow played him in Buffalo as well. Which exactly. That's what they're trying to go for. I'm just trying to look at who else could fill innings, and I don't think they're going to throw Mako up, but they would love someone else to be paying for Yariel Rodriguez. So if they were able to put somebody on the 60-day, bring him back onto the 40-man, because I believe he's off right now, and then let him go for whatever the hell they're going to do with him in Buffalo. That's an arm they'd love to probably not have anymore. But beyond that, it is, as Chad had said about Giolito, it is up to who else could come in if the shit hits the fan for them. But it's a long season, and every team needs 10 to 12 starters. So the Blue Jays have many veteran starters, and they might even say, go ahead, Ricky Tiedemann. Let's see what you can do.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Because God knows we're in dire straits if they drag Louis Varland out of the bullpen.
I don't think, I don't think that would happen. They probably would have done that in spring training if that was the plan, or if that was their thought. But Patrick Corbin, there you go. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
He can throw a baseball.
Yeah.
Michael, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. Welcome to Bozofest. Appreciate you joining, man.
Hey, how you doing? I can't see who's here because you guys are on the phone.
Oh, all good, man.
So
we're
bigger
talking,
now.
There you go. We're talking everything. We're talking everything baseball here, heading into the opening day tomorrow. Do you have well? First off, tell everybody where we can find you, your work, and where they can find you on the socials.
The Athletic for fantasy, and at Michael Salfino on Twitter, and also Blue Sky a little bit, but mostly Twitter.
Right on.
Sorry, I just had to get my headphones.
Yeah, no worries.
Out of breath. Getting old. Third floor. So
what do you got?
What are you guys talking about?
We were talking about World Series picks. Who do you got from the AL? Who you got from the NL? Who you got to win it all?
I think I'm muted.
Nope. We
got you.
Sorry.
We can hear you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? We can hear you. Can you hear us? Because I can hear you. Oh, now he's muted. Now you're muted. Technical issues. Stand by. He's muted. Ben also, I think he had coming out of there was the Dodgers, because everyone does, because that's just how it is now. Sadly.
Okay.
There you go, Mike. There you are. Yeah, we got you.
Hopefully.
Yep.
We were hearing you before.
Yeah. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Sign back in again.
There goes Dave. Bye, Dave. Hello, Michael. Standing by. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Okay. I don't know what's going on.
He's coming. He's coming back. Let's get Sam back in here. Sammy boy, what's up?
Take the pressure off, Sam. Oh, he does.
Never mind.
To be alone.
He wanted to be off. Okay.
I would like to be alone right now. Ben had the Phillies, Cubs, and Dodgers winning divisions with the Atlanta, of course, making the playoffs. Shocker.
Yeah.
Mets and Milwaukee. He says the disappointment is San Diego. The surprise is Pittsburgh or San Fran. Although people from San Francisco, I hear they don't like San Fran as a term.
I didn't know that. I don't not mind the Pittsburgh take at all. If they need a lot to they need a lot to break right with Braxton Ashcraft, Bubba Chandler, obviously Paul Skeens. I do have some questions about the bullpen, but their lineup from top to bottom is obviously much improved. Ozuna, Ryan O'Hearn, Brandon Lau, Don't Call Me Low. So I don't mind that. I think the division is a lot tougher than it's going to be hard for them to get out of and get past Cincinnati, Chicago, and Milwaukee, but much improved team.
Yeah.
I'm not as worried about the bullpen, but only because I think we might see a certain former star pitcher end up there in his return later this year.
Ooh,
if he can get back in time in Jared Jones.
Get back.
Yeah, he could be back. Yeah, that's right.
Michael, you got
That'd
us.
be the
Michael.
perfect place to
Yeah,
slowly
yeah, I'm
integrate him
back.
back in.
I think
Perfect,
the
man.
Pirates. I think the Pirates can actually be like the '69 Mets. In that, I think the '69 Mets had an OPS plus of 84 and an ERA plus of 122. The only issue is their pitching could be like dominant at that level, and I think they can be. I think they could win the division, and they could be like sort of a sleeper World Series team. The only issue is that Mets team. They got 750 innings out of their top 3 starters, and it's just baseball's just not designed that way anymore. Even though that Mets team was the first team ever to have a 5-man rotation. But still 750 innings out of their top 3. I mean, what are the Pirates going to get if they're lucky? 550. So that's 200 innings they're going to have to make up. It's going to be tough with, what I expect to be well below league average hitting, but whatever the over under is for the Pirates, I think I would be going over.
Yeah, agreed. Owen, you got any strong takes there?
Yeah, no, I think it's like, when I think about it more and more, it's like, are the Pirates really kind of that far behind those kind of, the pre-Arozarena Mariners? I mean, they don't have kind of the star power in the lineup, but I think when you look at like the top of the rotation is, in my opinion, really good hands with Skeens and Chandler. You have, 6 average or slightly above average hitters in that lineup. I mean, I don't really see a world where, it's out of the question that they win 85, 86 games. And I think that there will at worst get them into a wild card spot.
Who do you think the above average hitters are?
I think Ozuna still is. I think, I mean, Cruz is so hard. I mean, there's times where he is a well above average hitter, and then there's times where he's a AAA hitter. I guess it depends on the day. I think Lau is an above average hitter. O'Hearn, I think, is more of a strong side platoon guy, forced into an everyday role, but I still think collectively, looking at the full package, he's still an above average hitter. Who am I missing?
We haven't talked about the rookie sensation who will come up in September, Connor Griffin, right? So
yeah, you've also missed I think this guy was the #1 first baseman in OPS the last 60
Spencer
games.
Horwitz, yes.
Spencer Horwitz.
Yes.
That's a Michael Govier guy.
I was like, I knew I was missing somebody there that I liked, but
and I think he had 26 strikeouts and 23 walks, or the reverse. So pretty,
especially distancing himself off a wrist injury last year. Like, I think if I feel like he's such a boring player for fantasy in so many regards, but he's a guy who's going to give you 15 home runs, give you like a 350, 360 OBP and a, 265, 275 average.
Career 354 OBP. That's nice.
I mean, they have some things there, but I just think like Cruz, I always forget if it's Low or Lau. I know so Cruz, Lau. Reynolds, I'll give that was just a bad year.
Reynolds,
and I think he's a better. I think Reynolds was a better hitter. I think Azuna's like trying to catch a falling knife. But I do like Horowitz. Gonzalez has just never popped. That guy was like a 70 hit tool guy when he came up as a prospect. Like I had him in Dynasty, or at least he was on the radar of somebody like I really wanted. Bart's a 0. I mean, it's going to be tough. Like it's going to have to be like sort of a 69 Mets model where they're pitching. They have to thread the needle on the pitching, not have any injuries. And Chandler has to be like what we think he's going to be, as opposed to kind of where he's been ranked. Like, if the ADP is correct with Chandler, then the Pirates aren't going to be a threat. If the people who love Chandler at his ADP because they think he could be like a top 25 starter are correct, then I think, you're kind of in that sweet spot.
I think that gives me the most pause is their offseason moves remind me so much of the moves that I lauded 2 years ago for the Royals, who I had made a World Series pick that year. They brought in a little bit of power, a little bit of veteran presence to a very young offense. And that Royals team fell flat on its face.
Right.
Offensively.
Right. It's really hard to get the hitting. It's hard to overachieve on the hitting. It's easier to overachieve on the pitching because pitching is so volatile and there's so many things that pitchers can do, so many like minor adjustments that can pay huge dividends and can be formational, basically, where hitters are kind of like almost trapped at their skill level.
Well, another guy that and Owen, I know you're a big prospects guy too. They also have another pitching prospects in the wings with Pittsburgh. Everyone likes to talk about Skeens and Skubal. Sorry, not Skeens and Skubal. Skeens and Bubba Chandler. But Seth Hernandez also looked phenomenal in the spring as well. Probably still another year or two away from him making a debut. But like we talked about,
three probably conservatively.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me,
yeah, you're right. With Pittsburgh,
Ashcraft is the guy that it could really, you're going to have to like sort of get a guy who was basically a reliever last year and make him a starter and have him last the season. But if his stuff can maintain in a longer role, like he seems to be a guy who could definitely be an extremely good number 3 starter.
And I think too, going back to kind of the 23-24 Mariners comparison I made, part of what allowed that team to make it as far as they did, despite having like so many black holes in that lineup, was they had, they had 5 guys in their rotation who could slot in the top half of a rotation on any other team. I think like beyond even Chandler and Ashcraft, you need Mlodzinski to show that he could go through the order more than once. You need or Jones to come back and, not have any TJ Rust, or Barco to be a guy that can be a quality number 5 with, no big league experience. So there's a lot of big ifs.
And you need a top 10 bullpen.
I agree. Yeah, I think you need Montgomery or Santana to step up. You need like Henry Davis to show something. I think you need more consistency from Cruz. There's so many like what ifs. I think like that outfield could be like the worst in the majors if nothing goes right. But it could.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at George Burns. I'm so sorry. Who's this? Do I know you? Who is this man? I don't know everybody. I'm
Doc,
lost.
what's up, man?
Hey, Doc.
It's Doc Eisenhower. It's my birth name.
Oh.
But yeah, I think I did this last year. Who we got here? Yeah, my picture on the X is just this old timey black and white picture of the real Doc Holliday. Not as cool, not as badass as Val Kilmer though. The real Doc Holliday was more of a softie.
Where's the Canadian when you need him? Where's the Canadian when you need him? Bring him back on here.
We miss you,
Doc. Tell us where people can find you, your socials, and tell the people where you're at.
You want my address and my social security number? This is the weirdest podcast ever. I don't know this is getting weird.
No, we're gonna need a thumbprint. We got more we're gonna need from you, dude. Urine sample.
Your
IP address.
I got some moonshine here. It's how you know I'm living in Virginia right now. But the at Doc Eisenhower on the X, working at Prospects Live right now. It's I've been doing some work with MLB Data Warehouse, and I guess I'm always just going to be forever associated with Scout the Stat Line. Love Ross Jensen giving me that start, and it's a lot of fun. Just going out there saying my thoughts. After having really bad baseball thoughts for a while, I finally made a Sopranos meme about Vinny Pasquantino saving the USA, and it did 400,000 views. That was it. I just I said, "Hey Grok, can you make me a meme?" And that was the height. I think I peaked out. I'm thinking of retiring soon. How y'all doing tonight?
Yeah.
Good.
Pack it in.
Good, man.
Hi.
Funny dude.
Funny
Sam,
guy.
Sam, I want to get you back in here as well, my friend.
Oh, hey, Sam.
Sam stepped away from us for a little bit, but Sam, any strong thoughts? I know we've spent too much time on the Pirates, so I do want to shift gears a little bit. Is there another team that you like as a dark horse? I think last year your pick was the Sacramento. That's right, I said Sacramento. The Sacramento Athletics.
Wait. West Sacramento? North Sacramento?
West Sacramento. Yes.
West Side.
Right. Sam, is there a dark horse team that you like that people might be sleeping on outside of Pittsburgh?
Well, I'm going to move over to the AL, and I brought them up earlier, and that's the Kansas City Royals. That
yes,
I am a big fan of what they've put together, and it's always about if this and if that, right? Like if Jack Caglione is who he thinks he is, and if moving the fences in add just that little bit to Vinny P and Michael and Sal Perez, who any 2-catcher league, Sal Perez is a must-have. Like that guy is going to rake this year. And And they've got Cole Reagans. If Cole Reagans can stay healthy,
you haven't talked about my boy yet.
Well, what's there to say about Bobby Witt that anybody here doesn't already know about? Right?
No.
Bobby
Another
Witt is so
catcher.
fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Carter Jensen's interesting.
Yes.
It's a thing that they're letting a backup catcher come and hit because Sal Perez is ready to kind of take back a little bit. And I think that Sal Perez being there with Carter Jensen this year is going to really help out his defense. I forget the name of the other catching prospect for Kansas City who's like a year younger than him, who's better behind
Blake Mitchell.
Yeah, Blake Mitchell.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good call. I think that Blake Mitchell in a couple years will be the one that catches, and we'll be seeing Carter Jensen DHing. I don't think that he's got the glove to stay behind the plate as a full-time catcher, but that whole offense is just really interesting. And I'm a sucker for Michael Garcia. If I haven't already said it, I got him in every draft I was in. I got him in Tout. I got him in TGFBI. I got him every fucking place I could get my filthy little hands on him. I love Michael Garcia's skill set, and I think that he really is going to take a step forward with power this year. So all those things come together for Kansas City, and it's the American League Central. Like we already talked about Detroit, but Detroit could definitely take a step back. Cleveland is always a wild card, but Cleveland had to have a phenomenal 6-week run at the end of the season to get in the playoffs last year and to be the team that they were. And so Kansas City. I think it was Owen that was talking about Houston. I'm always nervous about Houston. They are a pitching factory. And so I do want to give a shout out to that call because, I've been watching it as a Mariners fan up close and personal. And unlike the Braves who have new pitching names that just get injured and it's a literal rotation of names every year, the Houston Astros develop top end pitching, and am I going there and having Burrows make the rotation? I'm super nervous about them. I'm not as in on their offense, but all those points you made about Yordan Alvarez comes around, Carlos Correa acts comfortable, Jose Altuve has an old man season. Like they're fucking dangerous. Like the AL West isn't as wide open. Everybody's saying, oh, the Mariners are going to win the World Series. The Mariners are going to run away with the AL West. And I'm like, there's 162 fucking games to go. Like it is going to be a dogfight in the West. It's not the AL East, but it sure as shit isn't as shallow as the AL Central. So
I agree. I think now you have the A's too that could make a run at second place in that division. So
they play in a AAA park.
It's going to be tough in that park. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so much variance, and so you have to absolutely. The only team that I'm grateful for that's in the AL West is the Angels, because
yeah.
Anybody an Angel truther here? Am I offending anybody by?
Don't sleep on that. That offense is a little underrated this year, but yeah, they don't have any pitching.
They already get it bad enough, so I'm not even going to say anything about them.
Like we're gonna end the year with Alek Manoah with a 6 ERA as their number one starter, probably.
Did you guys see that they have him in the stadium? They have him posted in the stadium, like posters everywhere of Alek Manoah.
That is major contributor to the Jays 2025 World Series run, Alek Manoah. Just to clarify that up.
100%.
Michael, go ahead.
The thing that nobody talks about with the Royals, or a few people talk about, that I think is the key, really, is their low strikeout rate. Last year, I did a poll where the hitters below 20% or below, and the hitters 25% or above, and it was like 267 batting average for the 20% and below strikeout group, and 238 for the 25% and above. So, could the Royals? I think the Royals are probably going to hit around 267. I mean, I think as a team, their strikeout rate is going to be super low. Like, who strikes out? Like, not even Cags strikes out, really. Like last year, that was probably the best thing about his profile. So,
great call.
To me, I think that's the key. Like, if you're winning strikeouts, it's consistently as versus your opponent, I think that gives you a high likelihood for like a 600 winning percentage.
I think where I'm concerned, I know Sam talked about the fences. The fences are going to improve the hitting. There's no doubt in my mind on that.
Sure.
They have so many fringe starters that benefited from that ballpark.
Yeah.
How badly is that going to hurt guys like Noah Cameron, even Michael Walker?
Oh, I that was the name that I was going to just say, is that I didn't remember Noah Cameron. I think Noah Cameron is going to be just fine with that. I'm
Lugo is the guy I'd be worried about.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Him and Waka.
And Waka. Waka always surprises me. I'm always predicting his demise. Didn't he come back from like thoracic outlet too?
Yeah. Yep. But it's worth noting too with Cameron, and I'd like the run that he went on. He was a little unlucky. He was lucky in his profile last year. It had an xERA of 4.07, and if you looked at his just on the surface, a 2.99 ERA, he's really closer to 4. So,
he's like Cantillo and Patrick, guys we want to trash, who were really good at the end of last year, and if you were like competing. And especially like in a head-to-head league, those were guys that were just, useful for sure down the stretch of the season. But it just seems that, the pitch metrics people especially just really hate those guys.
From a fantasy perspective, I just hate the entire Royals staff for that matter, because they just have so many guys that just defy underlying metrics.
Well said,
Carlos Estevez, in my opinion, is one of the worst picks in fantasy baseball.
Yeah.
One of the worst. But somehow, some way, on the other hand, it would not shock me if he once again has a ERA in the mid 3s with 30+ saves again. Somehow, because he's
it's the easiest job in baseball too. Like being a closer. Right. I remember back when I worked for the Wall Street Journal, it was my idea to just figure this out, and I couldn't believe how it worked out. But this was back in the old days when games would really go into extra innings, where there wasn't the the designated runner or whatever. But the save percentage of the last guy in the bullpen in these extra inning games where they just ran out of pitchers was the same as closers. So basically the last man in the bullpen in a Major League Baseball save situation had the same save percentage as all of the closers in the 9th inning. So it's not, so Estevez could absolutely be like a shitballing closer, like a Doug Jones, and be perfectly fine. I mean, he's not anybody I would want to own in fantasy. I'm a big proponent of, I want dominant strikeout closers. To me, that's one of the most important things about my roster builds. But, in reality, does it really matter that much whether you're a crap closer?
Well, Carlos Estevez is going to be like that year of Robert Garcia, where everyone was sleeping on him and he went out and had 40 saves. I don't think that's going to happen with Carlos Estevez, but I'm with Owen. The fact that they have guys like Lugo and Waka and Noah Cameron, who got lucky during, it's defied the StatCast era, right? And they're right there in the thick of things every year. So,
but could this be the best offense in the American League?
No, the O's are the best offense.
I think the Royals actually the Royals actually have a very strong argument.
Yeah,
they have a strong argument. Yeah. I think top to bottom wise, I honestly think the Royals have, in my opinion, the best argument for that matter. In terms of star power, no, but in terms of depth, I think that I can't. There's not really another lineup that it's 1 through 9. It's these are all guys that I would have some concerns about facing to some extent.
But and you have to understand how crazy a shift this is, right? The goal of last year, it was oh gosh, if only they had a bat. And now they apparently have Vinny Pasquantino, who is just so fun to enjoy as a human being. But he also hit 10 home runs in a month last year. It was nuts.
You could have an 7, 8, 9 of Salvador Perez, Isaac Collins, and Jonathan India. There's worse 4 through 6s in the league than that.
I would point out, someone who I think I love the Royals. Y'all talk them to death here, in terms of I love talking about them. I want to get one little unique Royal guy in here. I'll say Carson Roccaforte has flown under basically every radar. I don't think he's on redraft radars, but he's going to play in Kansas City this year, almost certainly. This is a guy who could take a lot of walks. I don't know if Salfino will like him because his biggest risk is a strikeout. He's covered around that 30% area, but in terms of fantasy baseball, I mean, this is a guy who's tapping into his power. He plays Gold Glove caliber defense out there in the outfield. So, I mean, I don't know, like maybe we can upgrade on Kyle Isbell here, have a guy who can go maybe 20, 30 or something like that. It just can the bat stick will be interesting. Just to have that kind of element come off the bench would be so impactful after such a lowly offensive campaign. It could be exciting in the Midwest this year.
Yeah, right. Kyle Isbell is absolutely shouldn't be a regular starter with that bat, but I think Michael put it best. The K rate that Kansas City showed last year, so much variance in that outcome. Ton of reasons.
Do you think the K rates are? I think the K rates are more stable than anything. You would expect.
I don't think it provides variance for the K rates. I think it adds to variance for their outcome. That it really, if they're not striking out, if they're making contact, if they're able to do some of the things that they can do, I think it really, it's harder to get a real strong read on them because they could come out of the gates and be really awesome. They could have a great run in the summer and win 40 games in 2 months. They could have a great run to the end. They could put it all together all season long. And again,
that's what they did in 2015. It was the same team. Yeah. They had no strike. They probably had the fewest strikeouts in the league.
Yes.
That year.
Yep.
So
they're both in though.
You got me going on it, Mikey V. You got me going on it.
I was gonna say we were talking Royals and Pirates, the two most interesting teams in baseball.
Why do you guys think that Pasquantino goes so far, so much later than Alonso? Like to me,
because we've been burned so many times.
Yeah, I mean, I know. To me, Alonso, and you can see I'm a Mets fan by my hat. To me, Alonso is more of a 35 home run hitter now, and I worry about his ability to hit quality pitches in the zone. That was his problem. Like I watched pretty much every Mets game. The second half of the season, especially after August, Alonso just could not hit quality strikes. It was ridiculous. It almost absurd for a hitter of his caliber and what he was doing in the first half of the year. And when you look at his counting stats, but that's what I saw. So I'm worried about him a little bit.
Yeah, and I think between him and Pasquantino, we've only seen it one season with Vinny.
That's fair. That's fair.
Alonso's a super, you're going to get 40 home runs. You're going to get 180 counting stats. The batting average is in question. He's not going to steal anything. And, I'm excited to see what happens in Camden Yards because it's no longer a pitching park. It's
right.
He can have
like a big doggy.
We got a newcomer here, by the way. Bob's here. Hi, Bob.
Bob.
Go ahead, Owen. Just wanted to say hi, Bob, first.
I was going to say on the fantasy topic, I'd love to just get a roundtable on this. If there's a kind of, sleeper bust breakout for everyone.
Ooh, good.
How deep do you want to go with sleepers? Like a guy that I like in deep formats, just because I think he's going to be a good source of steals. And I've been in kind of debates with people about. I do think that he has. He's not a pure rabbit. I think there is some power there, but if he gets 500 at bats, I'm pretty sure Luis Angel Acuna is going to steal 45 bases. So, and nobody seems to be speculating whatsoever on him, but I think he's pretty much starting, isn't he, in center field?
Should be.
Well, Brooks Baldwin out. Yeah.
Yeah, but even when he comes back, like Baldwin sort of, I mean, that's like super deep. That's like almost like NL only. That's like NL only deep.
No, we like that.
I like it.
That fits the
profile. AL only, I should say.
All right, let's do sleepers only, I guess, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Doc, who do you got there? Sleeper that you like?
Oh, goodness gracious, man! Does it even count anymore? Matthew Liberatore. I was like pumping it last year in his first 2 months where he was crushing it. I said, yes, vindication. It's happening. It's finally happening. And then it didn't happen. You got a little sleepy, you got a little tired, and people weren't really paying attention. They figured we waited since he was 18 years old. I think he was 26 last year. So they're like, oh, it's just same old, same old. No, it's like this was a new innings level he was getting to, and he started turning it around near the end of the year. And when I saw, Saris, hyping him up early in the in spring training here, I was like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna hit him with it because I got shares of that guy everywhere. He's the opening day starter for the Cardinals. He's entering his prime. Pitchers can pitch into their mid to late 30s these days. This could be like early career Matthew Liberatore when we look back on it, So we'll see. I think it'll be a big year for him. Could step into a really like reliable guy moving forward. Maybe he's never that sexy, but I think he's gonna make it work.
Like it. A lot of buzz going into the season for sure. You're not the only one I've heard say Matthew Liberatore. So, Bob, who do you got, man? Who's a sleeper? Let's get you in the game here, man. Who do you like as a sleeper in fantasy this year?
Yeah, I feel like there's not enough fear for Jose Caballero as the Rabbit because he has the job in the AL until Volpe gets back, and he steals a lot of bases and is not Chandler Simpson style zero at the plate. So that might be a good month of stolen bases.
You crazy, Bob. I love it.
I like it. And I'll kick it back over to you, man. Who you got?
Yeah, so this is a guy that I've been kind of pumping for a while now, but Miguel Vargas, for me, I just don't understand why he's so cheap. There's just so much I like in his profile. His launch angles are elite. His bail rate more than doubled last year. His hard hit rate is fine. Sprint speed took a dip last year, but he was injured a little bit there. If you go back to 2024, he ran an 84th percentile sprint speed. He was also efficient on his attempts last year. So, I mean, I can kind of see Miguel Vargas as like this 25-15 guy. And his hit tool isn't lagging either. He doesn't, his chase rate is just below average. His contact rates are a little bit below average, but 8.1 swinging strike rate is really good. I just think Miguel Vargas is a guy that I love targeting, especially for potential third base, first base eligibility if I wait, or as a starting corner infielder. And, there's just, I feel like he's a super well-rounded guy who's not going to be a glaring hole in any singular category. And so that's just kind of the profile that I really like to go at once you get to close to that kind of 300 pick range in drafts. And I have a lot of shares of Miguel Vargas, and I think he's a guy that we're going to see take a step forward this year.
Like that. And I think he pulled the ball a lot last year. Started pulling the ball a little bit more too, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was that's going to be big for him to start getting the barrel out in front there. Sam, who do you got, man? Who's a sleeper that you like heading into the season?
Well, I've already talked about one, and I'll mention him after my NL.
Mention somebody else other than Michael Garcia, for God's sake.
That's not my guy. And Doc, you got to trade him to me in the league that we're in. Like, we gotta find a way to make
it's just happen. Literally never gonna happen. You would never get him over me in your drafts. You would never get him over me.
Terrible human being. So in the NL, I'm a big fan of Carson Bench playing right field for the Mets. I think he's a 5-tool player. I think he's going to hit for a good average. I think he's going to have some pop. I think he's going to steal some bases, and I think he's going to play all season long. I think his defense is going to keep him in that lineup. And then, I've been a broken record for the past month, man. In the American League, Cole Young, league winner Cole Young is just going to come through, and he will be a top 10 second baseman this year. Put it on the board. Like Cole
him in.
Is Cold Emerson. I have so much shine for Lazaro Montes. Like the system is deep. Cole Young.
There we go. Love it. Chad, who you got?
I got one for AL, one for NL. AL, and this will be your AL save leader by the end of the year. Carter Baumler of the Texas Rangers. That's right. Okay. A Rule 5 pick will lead the AL in saves this year.
All right. And who do you got in the NL?
The NL, not only is this a sleeper, it's also my Cy Young pick for the NL. Last year, we saw the Red Sox give up on Quinn Priester and ship him off to Milwaukee, only for him to become one of the best pitchers in baseball most of the season. This year, they sent Kyle Harrison to the Brewers. And so far, the return looks very much like what happened with Priester. So Kyle Harrison is going to, with that pitching factory, turn into everything we once thought he'd be and dominate all year long.
There you go. Gove, I'll kick it back over to you, my friend. I know we've talked a lot on the Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's, regarding sleepers. But is there another guy that you haven't talked about you want to get on the record for everybody?
Yeah, I'm going to go with I love me some Slade Ciccone, man. People know me, so it's never going to change. Slade Ciccone and Kyle Teal are two guys I love, and they're my most drafted players this year. So love him. Slade's certainly a sleeper. Teal being injured became more sleeperish because people backed off the hammy. Even though it's not that big a deal. So I just love those guys. But I'm a big Vargas guy too, so I loved the love that Owen was talking about him because that's my kind of guy.
Love it. One guy I'm going to give you guys, and I've talked a little bit about him during draft season, is Max Meyer of the Marlins. Had a phenomenal spring training, man. I don't know why people aren't in on him and maybe flying under the radar. I get it. The guy's been injured majority of his major league career, but pitched to a 0 ERA, 12-1 K walk percentage or ratio. I mean, was the number 3 overall pick, and people forget about that. If he can stay healthy, I love Max Meyer from a K potential and taking the next step forward. So he's worth a flyer. A lot of drafts that I've been, he was super, super, super late. And for people forget, he had a 14 strikeout game last year. So I'm not saying that we'll see those repeat on a consistent basis, but I like him enough where if you're looking for Ks late in drafts, or if he's still sitting on your waiver wire and you lost a pitcher like Lodolo and you need to bridge the gap until some of these guys get back, huge Max Meyer guy. So I am very much looking forward to him. I probably have the most shares of him at any pitcher that I've drafted in so far.
Would you say you have the max shares?
The max shares.
I'd say Max Meyer is probably a reliever, long term elite closer. I think that's what you got in your hands right there, buddy.
Hey, I'll take that too. That's fine too. I'll take that because Pete Fairbanks is going to be dealt at the deadline, I think too. So
Pete Fairbanks will not lead the Marlins in saves. Lock it in.
I agree with that. What was the other? We talked about sleepers. I know Owen.
Yeah, what did he say?
Top and left. It was sleepers. Then he left. Sleepers and busts. Let's do busts. So really quick, because then I got to head out of here. I got 9 minutes. So round the horn.
Mike is up way past his bedtime here.
Yeah, really quickly, Doc. I'll start with you. Who is a big bust you're just out on this year?
Gosh, I was like, please don't pick me. Please don't pick me. I'm really bad with the negative stuff. I'm just such an optimist. Goodness gracious. Who's someone? Name a player.
Wait. I got to do this always.
And this is why I can guarantee.
All right, go ahead, Doc.
Well, that gave me some time. I will say I'll say Bo Bichette. I mean, I don't know, man. I think that was so easy because his face was right in front of me. It was great.
Genius.
And so I don't know. He's going. I just think everyone has forgotten that he almost fell off the face of the earth pretty recently. Remember that season where it was like 2 seasons ago now, and it was looking honestly like his career was in a tailspin, and the speed's not there anymore. Of course, there's lots of upside. Again, I hate it because this time of year it's so much more fun to be optimist. Everyone's gonna win, right? Until you look at Aaron Judge and Belly of no hits, and Logan Webb just got imploded. Oh my gosh, they're all on my team, one of my teams right now, and now the cynicism will kick in, but yeah, I'll say Bo Bichette.
Okay, love it. Bob, who you got, man? Who's a bust that you weren't targeting in drafts?
I was out on Austin Riley because I just don't predict any bounce back. It's like if you don't do that, then I don't know, why not take like Eugenio Suarez 100, 200 picks later.
Yep, love that.
Wow.
A lot of injuries there with him. He had that side or core injury they kept saying. Looks like he's past that. I did change my tune. I was out on Austin Riley, but I've changed my tune. I have a couple shares of Austin Riley. I did later in my draft, so I was happy to get him. But a lot of things got to go right for Atlanta in terms of just staying healthy. But if you look at the metrics underneath the hood there, even in a down season, still wasn't that bad. So I'm hoping that he can turn that around. Michael, who do you got as a bust, man? Who's a guy that you just weren't touching in during draft season?
Pete Crow Armstrong, with the strikeouts. So I kind of think that
love it.
I think the second half is more in line with his plate skills than the first half. I'm not saying that that's exactly who he is, but I think if you were to put those two things at ends of the spectrum, I think he's going to be more towards how he hit in the second half. So I wouldn't have spent that draft capital.
Yeah, the draft price for me was too high. I totally agree with that. He's been my number one fade. I didn't want nothing to do with PCA, especially where he was going in drafts. Govey, I'll go to you next. Who do you got as a bust? Somebody maybe you haven't talked about yet.
Big bust, magic bust. Yeah, I have so many guys that I avoided. If I looked at a queue and I did my listing, your draft list, there's a lot of guys I just cut out. And I start to lose focus of who they are. Wait, who are the busts? Are they guys that I'm just being too hard on? Does that mean if I don't want to draft them right away, if I wait till later, that they're a bust? I have just made a lot of mistakes with that. So I'll give you a guy that I avoided just because I was paranoid and wasn't interested in all year. And that guy ended up being Marcus Semien. I think Marcus Semien's a bust. I'm not looking forward to him in his new park in New York. I don't think it'll be fun. I think his best days are over. So Marcus Semien's a guy that I was like, I don't think so. I'm going to have to pass on him. And I also passed on Tyler Glasnow if you want someone even higher.
Okay. Tyler Glasnow, I assume simply because of the fact of the injury history, maybe not letting him throw deep into games.
He's got an injury history, Glasnow?
Phantom IL stints, those kinds of 6-man rotations. Yeah, I hear you. That makes sense. I love Tyler Glasnow, and I have a couple shares, but only because he fell to me. But I'm with you on that. Sam, I know you're going to get going here soon, man. Who is a bust of yours that you were just out on during drafts?
So I had two avoids that we haven't talked about. I liked a lot of the names I already brought up. In the NL, I'm out on Matt Olson. I won't pay that price for him. There's a lot of other more interesting first basemen around him. I don't think he's going to have a season like he did a few seasons ago ever again. And I think I'm going to disappoint Michael Govier twice because I'm out on outfielder Riley Green. Detroit Tigers.
Huge strikeouts. Nobody ever talks about it. It's disgusting.
I think he traded in. I think he traded in some of the contact.
Exactly.
He traded in the contact for the power for him. So a lot of he had the season before that didn't have a lot of home runs, but a lot of solid contact rates, and he traded.
Was a better player.
For what it's worth, he says he wants to find the balance this year.
I'm sure he does.
Game of his life, I'm sure.
Bet you do, Panama Red. Hit that button, go if you got it. Chad, who do you got, man? Who's a bust?
This one's so easy. I wish Brian was here so he could hear this and learn this. Drake Baldwin will be the biggest value bust in the history of fantasy baseball.
Wow.
Don't you think he's going to DH, though? I think he's going to DH
Salvador Perez, who's going, 100, 150 spots later?
Blasphemy.
You're basically
I think it depends if you're
by
if you're
ADP
OBP.
that the gap in talent between Drake Baldwin and Salvador Perez is the same gap in talent from Vlad Jr. to Javi Baez.
Ooh, I don't know.
It's just
about
not
that.
there. The gap just isn't there.
Yeah. Okay.
JT Realmuto's going in the hundreds now in a lot of drafts.
Oh.
Drake
I haven't
Baldwin's
seen that.
not that much better.
I think it depends on if you're OBP versus batting average. If you're OBP, Perez is not a value play. And if you are, but the thing I like about Baldwin is I do think I see like 40, 45 DH games.
There's so many. Ivan Herrera is probably going to be a great OBP option. He's not expensive.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate the Braves, man, as a Mets fan, but I have to say I love Baldwin.
Yeah. Maybe you get 5 more home
but I
runs
like
than
it.
the next catcher, but 5 home runs a catcher doesn't really move the needle.
Yeah. Okay. So I've already been talked about PCA. You guys know who a lot of people on here don't know who I don't like in terms of busts. But another guy we talked about very briefly. I don't know how you can be out on PCA and also not be out on James Wood. We talked about this earlier during draft season. James Wood had arguably a worse second half than PCA. He almost struck out almost 40% of the time. He had a 39% K rate in the second half. Way aggressive in the second half. I have no idea what happened. It was a completely different hitter. All of that production, if you're looking at stats on surface, came in the first half, like Pete Crow Armstrong. Both of those guys, I have 0 shares. I don't see how you could feel comfortable going into a season with both those guys on your team. that's just that's my take there on both those guys.
The only thing that would hates more than loves more than strikeouts is ground balls.
100%.
I mean, that's you combine those two things. Like, I just don't see a path to where he's being drafted. Where, I mean, I get raw skills, raw power, exit velocity, speed. He's got that 30-30 thing going on. But if you just look at a little bit deeper under the hood, I just don't see how it's possible. The homers.
Yeah. And if being a guy that is going to be they're going to be relying on him to hit the ball out of the ballpark. I don't know how you get past that with the strikeout clip of nearly 40%. I'm not saying he's going to hit like that in the regular season right out of the gate, but even in spring training, he has not looked good. So here's the thing: the main reason why I was fading these guys is because of their draft capital and where you had to draft them at, and I was just out. There's just no way I'm taking a guy that had second halves like that, PCA or James Wood. So. But anybody else feel strongly about
Mike,
James
on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Dylan Cruz is in the minors. Mackenzie Gore is gone. You're out on James Wood. Do you think the Nationals end up with any pieces out of this previous rebuild?
No. I think CJ Abrams is as good as gone. They're going to try to deal him at the deadline, especially with Willits that they drafted. They'll try to move a lot of these guys. They're still in a rebuild now. I think they're going to rebuild again. So I think James Wood probably stays around. CJ Abrams is
how
gone.
well we thought they did, and it's just not panned out.
Yeah.
Abrams has terrible fielding metrics, right? Like for Statcast, I believe.
And even in his hit metrics, his tool's not good either. So that's another guy I never got with CJ Abrams. So you have any strong thoughts there?
Bobby Barrows didn't pan out. Nothing.
Oh no, you're right. You're genius. I don't know shit.
So guys, I gotta head out of here. It is past my bedtime. I have to be up in 6 hours.
Mike Virginia, everybody. Say goodbye to the man, the myth, the legend. You are God @ Mike VA. We'll see you Sunday for the first Fab show, Mikey.
That's right. I'm looking forward to it. You guys have a great opening day tomorrow. Finish up watching this Yankees Giants game. I do want to mention that Aaron Judge has the silver sombrero, and we're only in the 4th inning. So he struck out 3 times. So,
it's a big game. It's a big
Drop
game.
him.
So it makes sense.
Drop him. He sucks. He was bust Aaron Judge. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Okay. All right. Bye.
I'm also going to run away. I love you guys.
Love you too, Santa.
That's right. Sorry, Mike. You're the last bozo on the bus.
Oh, we love you, Sam. But thanks for coming in, man. Everybody follow Sam, Fave Game Show host. He's the best. Bye, Sam. Good luck out there in the real world. It's not easy. All right. So anything else we want to cover here? We've been doing the show for a couple hours, and you guys have been real troopers here. Bob, you came in a little bit most recent of the remaining people on the show. Anything you want to share, Bob? This is your chance.
Well, you guys did World Series predictions before you got on, Mike. I want to hear people's World Baseball Classic predictions. I think I'm pretty excited for the United States this year.
It's for 2028 or 29?
No, this one.
Oh, this one. Oh, right.
This one. I think America is gonna win. It's gonna pull it out.
They're amazing. I mean, they dominate everything across the world. They're amazing. They really are.
Okay, good.
But we did World Series predictions. We did MVPs. We've done some sleepers. We've done busts.
What's the position you guys punted? That's the question I always want to know.
Is there one that has to be
second base? Yeah, because something has to go last.
I'll say mine before I head out. And so I would say that I really waited on pitching this year, pretty much across a lot of leagues, starting pitching.
What does that mean, though, Doc? Like when you wait on pitching, so a first guy,
like sometimes 10 rounds.
10 rounds.
I mean, I don't know, roughly around 10 rounds. I just like
Tanner Bybee.
No, you got Matthew Liberatore way late. No, but like not joking. Like Matthew Liberatore, especially earlier this draft season, like you could get him like last round of the draft, like depending on your league. And that's like I'm gonna eventually make my picks. I just there were always guys available. Michael King could be your ace, which maybe you don't feel too good about it, but you can be okay with it. There's always someone who falls in each league, and then at that point, whatever round that 10 round mark, just go bang, bang, get a few guys, bang, bang, boom. And come away with like a couple decent relievers. I feel like outside the first, like the top 3 or so closers, like it's like not even 100% secure. Like Devin Williams, what just happened to him, right? So, and now you look at what closers are already popping off before the season starts, like Paul Sewald. I invested on that guy in a few leagues. Hopefully it works out. That could be a disaster. We'll see. Or it could be 30 plus saves. You never know. Yeah, and there's lots of. I mean, look at Connolly early. That was like someone who would cost you a little bit more. He wasn't that cheap, but that gamble, which I took in a couple of leagues, is paying off.
Mackenzie Gore.
Mackenzie Gore. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I feel like he was a good value. He was definitely. There's like.
I don't know why he's so cheap all of a sudden.
Well, I think
used to love him.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was on a bad team before, and they loved him. Now he's on a better team.
I think everyone's just getting more leery of starting pitching, right? But I think if you go out there and you secure your hitters, I think we'll see how it works out this year. But my experiment was definitely just go and get my starting pitching late. I just remember last year there's always a couple starters that pop off on the waiver wire a little bit more often than premium hitters, right?
Yeah,
that Primo range definitely is where you saw a glut, or especially early on before they skyrocketed. You had the Chase Burns, the Kate Horns. Kyle Brash was just outside that range, but tons of potential high end 2, low end 1 guys just glide in that middle. I also punted pitching in the closer sense, and they didn't go as well as it might have gone for Doc. You got the Paul Sewalds. I got 100 shares of Seth Halverson, who's already.
Oh no! Have some self-respect, sir.
I was so convinced he was going to, even with like a 4.5 ERA, that he was going to just run away with that job because Vodnik's not good.
I agree, but that's just a job I'm staying away from entirely.
Yeah, I actually do like Halverson, but you're correct. Exactly what the words that were just uttered. I do not trust that job.
I don't. I ended up punting third base a lot.
That blew my mind.
I was worried about that elbow.
Arms to even justify it.
Elbow terror. I went third base late a lot, Bob. Seemed to have waited a lot at third. I kept repeatedly ending up later at third and second base. Other positions I felt I had to fill earlier. All the other ones. First base, first draft I did, I waited and I freaked out, so I didn't let that happen again. I didn't think it was as deep as third, which I think third is really deep. Nobody's talking about Brady House like he's dead on arrival. I was like, I'll take a shot on him here in a 15-team league.
Yeah, definitely a solid one. And you know me, I definitely didn't punt on first base ever. You saw my.
No, you didn't.
All I did was triple first base to start drafts all year.
That's a good call.
Gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Is that the end, Doc? Doc, it's been great meeting you, man. I really enjoyed it. I've never met you before. You got a lot of energy. I enjoy your style. Keep it up, man.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, let's do it again sometime. I'm around on the X. Hit me up, bro.
All right. See you at Taco Bell.
See ya.
It's on me. The guy loves Taco Bell. I knew it. Oh, wow. We're huge now. So in the end, guys, that's the punting positions, if you will. But, punting truly, we didn't really do any punting in my leagues. A lot of these were roto, and I did many best balls this year, more than I ever did before, because I didn't want to have to deal with fab. So I got in on the underdog dingers for the first time, get a couple of those. And then RT Sports, which is a site I wasn't as familiar with, I did their best ball. It was $20 a pop. So I did a few of those. So more best ball this year, less management. As you can see.
Stack? Did you do the stacking?
I did not. I'm an idiot. But I'm pale in comparison to that man right there. Justin Mason's here, everybody. Woohoo! Oh, wait, let me get my cigarettes out. I got mine too. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good to see you, buddy. Oh, I have candy cigarettes here as well.
Oh, cool.
This one is less than candy.
Justin, we were just talking about positions that we waited the longest on pretty consistently throughout our drafts. Is there one that you kept waiting on more often than not?
Probably first base. Pretty often. I mean, honestly, I didn't have a problem waiting on any position. I think the only one that really kind of scared me a little bit was third base, because I feel like while there are some good options late, if you miss out on those, like if you miss out on Okamoto, you miss out on a Max Muncy, there's nothing. Like you're just screwed. Like there's just not very many good options. So like But the rest of the positions, like some people are really scared of second base. Second base is just terrible at the top. Like there's a lot of decent options there. Outfield is another one, especially in your like 15-team 5 outfielder leagues. They get pretty thin pretty quick. So, and I've learned
That's
surprising
actually. In Earth, I got caught off guard with that. I am.
You get
for. And I lost Zach Veen to injury, and Max Clark didn't pan out. So,
yeah, you wait too long on an outfield, and like all of a sudden you're like, oh no, I have to like choose like someone terrible.
Michael Conforto.
Now.
That's kind of what I'm dealing with. Yeah, it's not good.
So, but I mean, for the most part, I think the overall depth wasn't too bad this year.
Yeah, Anthony says my favorite thing I saw was Mason bought every pitcher at $1. Dollar holla.
It was a lot of fun. I've been wanting to do that for a really, really long time. Like honestly, since I remember when I was like first starting to play fantasy baseball, and I read Fantasyland, and it talked about Labadini pulling that off at Tout Wars. I was all like, oh, that would be so fun to do. The problem is I love pitching, and it's really hard to sit there and watch pitchers go for a lot less than you think they're worth, because you have this plan of only spending $1 on each pitcher. There was definitely some FOMO in that draft, but I enjoyed doing it. It was really fun. I'm interested to see how it pans out. I don't know how well it's going to pan out, but we'll see.
I remember looking at it briefly. It looked okay. I'm like, well, that could fly. It wasn't a total disaster, but to have that resolve to stay true when like some guys that are going later that are really good go for $5 or even $3, you're like, oh man, I'd love to pay $4 there.
Oh yeah, like there were times where like Drew Asmussen went for like $5 or something like that, and I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, the $12 pitcher, and I had the money to spend, like I could have done it, and
you got a plan, you stuck with it.
Yeah, but I'm also like the person at auctions that's always like, just take value. Always take value. Like, don't worry about where the value's coming from. If you have a player that you think is worth $10 and the bidding stops at $3, go $4. Because you're getting $6 of value. And so to have to not do that was really difficult. And I mean, I don't want to say I would never do it again, but I definitely would be pretty reluctant to try it again.
I'm scared. I don't think I could do it. I think auctions are always so much more fun than anything else. That's obvious. And then you get caught up in the moment, though. So I don't know if I could just stay as calm as you did. But I'm proud of you, man. I'm glad you did it, and you set the tone for something different for us to talk about, even though it had been done originally in the past. It was like a reboot. We reboot all the classics, so you rebooted a classic. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm hoping I'm gonna get the. I'm gonna try to talk and maybe do an interview with Labadini, and see and just talk to him about what he did, because it happened 30 years ago. I think it was 96 is when he did it. 20 or 30 years ago.
So he's still out there. That's great.
Yeah.
That's what Anthony was asking here. He's wondering if he's still around.
Yeah. He definitely is. Because I was talking to Ron Chandler, and he was saying you should try and see if you can get him on a podcast. And I was like, that'd be really cool to kind of sit down and talk with him. I had no idea that he was even still around at this point, but it'd be cool to kind of just he did it in a much different setting, in a much harder setting, I think, because he did it in an AL only league, right? So when you're talking $1 pitchers in a 12-team AL only league, that is scary.
Wow. That's a completely different animal.
Oh, I don't know that I have the balls to pull that off.
Well, you do. It's just a matter.
I do.
Smarts. Yeah.
I think you're setting yourself up for failure there. Whereas I did a 12-team mixed league. The guys I was getting are actual starters. I got guys who probably should be closers.
Chad Patrick, right?
Yeah, I got Chad Patrick and Ryan Nelson for $1, and I got Kirby Yates for $1. That doesn't feel so good now that he's on the IL, but Robert Garcia, I got guys who should get me wins and saves, not he was literally drafting the first middle reliever out of the bullpen for the Blue Jays. Like, you know, like he apparently pulled off like 6 trades in the first month or something like that in order to like offset like what he had done.
That sounds crazy. I mean, Bob, you've on the show right now with me, Chad, and Justin here, Pallazzo Podcast, 2L2Z.
Utah.
Is there anything you want to ask Justin you've ever wanted to really ask him? I'm giving you your moment here, Bob. I know. You listen to every podcast out there. You know everything about fantasy baseball.
I do, but they all run together at 2.5 times speed. Like, I know that you're not the guy from New York. I did just notice that your head was on the TGFBI shirt from last year. That it was snuck in there. I felt like an idiot that I wore the shirt like 20 times, stained it irreparably, and only now realized that you were like in the crown. Is it the crown jewel?
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about that is I didn't even realize it until I had been wearing it for like, you know, like the second or third time I wore it. That Kenny had done that. So like so I was all like, you know, I was saying how many Justin Mason shirts I had. And someone was like, well, what about the TGFBI shirt? It's like, what do you mean the TGFBI shirt? He goes, your face is in the shirt. And I had to like go like open up my fucking drawers and be like, holy shit, my face is in the shirt. So
classic Mason. That's
I mean, Kenny is a genius with those shirts. Like, he's just so funny and smart, and you know, like I have very little to do with it.
You just show up, you make it happen, brother.
That's pretty much all I do. That's pretty much been my life.
Floor's open, Jess. You can say whatever you want.
Well, I got a question for. Oh yeah, go ahead, Jet.
Did you end up feeling the FOMO after canceling Potapalooza?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yes and no. I enjoy doing Potapalooza, and I enjoy talking to people. You know, like I think the biggest part of the FOMO for me was like I love what Nick does with PitchCon, you know, and now Baseball HQ has their like first pitch forum thing that they do online. And I was part of both PitchCon and the first pitch forum thing. And they're both fantastic events. They all, you know, Nick does a great job with PitchCon, and Baseball HQ does a really great job with the first pitch forum. But the difference between that and Potapalooza is Potapalooza was open to anybody who was in TGFBI to come on, right? And so there were people who, you know, were getting opportunities that they're not going to get on PitchCon because they're not as close with Nick, or they're not going to get with Baseball HQ because they're not either connected to Baseball HQ or a big enough name within the industry. And I got to talk to a lot of really, really fun people and have a lot of really, really, you know, fun, cool people who may not have the biggest profiles, right? Yeah. And that's the part I miss, right? You know, like getting to talk to, you know, maybe someone who has like, you know, 200 Twitter followers, but is a really smart baseball mind and smart, you know, good baseball analyst. You know, like, and I feel like Potapalooza was an opportunity in the same way that TGFBI is a good opportunity for them to show, hey, like I belong in this industry. And I do feel like that not having that was, you know, that hurt that, but from just a straight like life perspective, like Potapalooza is a lot of
sleep those nights, I'm sure.
Yeah, Potapalooza is a lot of work. Like, and I mean, everything I do is a lot of work, and you know, like maybe it comes back at some point, and I delegate more to, you know, have people help me out. I'm not very good at delegation, so you know, I'm kind of a control freak when it comes to my stuff. Right. Yeah. Like I, you know, and so like it became a lot, especially at that time of year, you know, for me to pull off. And so, you know, maybe next year I'll go like, hey, we'll try to run it back or something like that. But yeah, I mean, there are definitely aspects of it I missed, and then there are aspects of it that I'm like, I don't
Why
know
they
if I
are
could have done
in the
it.
first place.
Yeah,
No, I
like
totally
it's hard. Like it's like I don't think people realize like how much goes into it, especially with Potapalooza. I'm pretty much on every panel. Like it's not like I'm getting like there were a couple panels where I like I pass it off to Sam or something like that, and
Yeah.
have him run it. But like it's 12-hour days, 2 days in a row that I'm just sitting in a chair talking baseball, and I can do that. But it takes a lot out of you. Plus, I do all the rundowns and make sure everybody, like when someone doesn't show up, I've got to fill in, and like it's a lot of work. But I do miss it a little bit, like because like I said, like there's certain people that I think got an opportunity every year to come out and have a really big stage. That maybe they're not going to get that opportunity as easily somewhere else.
Yeah, it makes sense. I get it. It's bittersweet, good with the bad. There's pros, there's cons, and it's never done. It can always come back if it feels right and if you can let go of the wheel a bit, no doubt.
Yeah. So maybe it comes back at some point, or maybe it doesn't. But that's I think but obviously both you Chad and you Michael we're on Potapalooza, and we're in big parts of that for a number of years, and appreciate y'all for being a part of that. But at some point it just became a little bit too much for me. I'm not a young man anymore.
Look at him, that old bastard. Jeez. Where did the time go? So sad. I think you're in your prime, though, man. You're in your prime right now. These are the best years. Soak them up.
They say that.
They do. They do say that.
I don't know how true it is. Like
For those
especially
who
these
don't
days.
know, Justin's actually 25. It's just the smoking
Yeah.
makes him look 150.
So that's actually funny because like I was at my actual day job today, and I was talking to my boss and I've been there about 6 or 7 years at this point, and I was telling him it's the first job I've ever had where I'm not the youngest person. Like because I work in the field of addiction. Most people don't start work in that field until they're in their 40s.
Oh, no.
Did I lose you guys?
Hey, there he is.
All right. I lost you for a second there. I probably should have hardwired in. Anyways, I was
fine.
saying like I was saying that when I was like 23 or 24 working in a rehab, someone was like, "Hey, Justin, you're like 40, right?" I was like, "Oh my god."
What? What a dick.
Yeah. I was like, I think I was 24. I'm like, I'm 24.
Yeah, and now you're the old man. So, but you weren't then, even if that guy thought you were.
Yeah,
No, I get it.
I'm an old face, not an old soul. Old face.
Marshmallow Monsters wants to know if you could draft with anyone living or dead, who would you want to draft with? I don't think I've ever been asked this question before. That they might ask about players who are dead, but I don't know. Who's a famous? I don't know. Everybody I've drafted with is still alive, I guess, that I ever wanted to. I don't know. I never drafted with.
Yeah.
Who's a huge baseball nut that I never got a chance to meet? Who's dead? That's a hard question to answer. Bob, can you remember somebody?
No, I was just thinking that setup is like you draft with Socrates and Einstein, and they don't know jack about fantasy baseball, and you suddenly feel like you're really good. Like that just seems like a setup. Oh, you think you're so smart, Einstein?
You know shit about fantasy baseball, Einstein. No,
You can't leave out the bench all catchers. It doesn't make any sense.
I heard Meatloaf loved baseball. He's dead now. I would have liked to have drafted with Meatloaf. That would have been fun.
There was an article that said like you could pay Gabe Kapler to come to your fantasy baseball draft. This was
really
like, where he got back into coaching.
Was that like $5,000?
I don't know. It always just felt like a very weird like cameos feel weird.
You don't like cameos? Come on. That's like you are just nobody. And then you give them money and then you become somebody to them. It's amazing.
The simulated authenticity is like it.
I a few years ago I bought 2 cameos. I bought one from Kyle Gibson. Because we had a running joke about Kyle Gibson on our podcast.
He was on there. That's hilarious.
And so, like, the running joke was like Paul was living in this apartment, and like it didn't matter what time we recorded, there would always be someone like mowing the lawn at his apartment, and you could hear it in the background. Like, we could record at like 9 o'clock in the morning. We could record at 9 o'clock at night, and halfway through the podcast, all of a sudden, lawnmowers start going. And so we started, and he talked so much shit about Kyle Gibson that it became the running joke that it was Kyle Gibson mowing the lawn. And so I think like one year when Kyle Gibson had a great year, I paid for a cameo for Kyle Gibson to talk trash to Paul, and the dude was so nice he couldn't even talk trash. Like he just like he was like thanking us for all we do for the baseball world, and like he was a super super nice guy. And then the year that I called the Cedric Mullins breakout, I paid for a cameo from Cedric Mullins to have him thank me for calling his breakout.
That's awesome.
So those are my only 2 cameos.
I had heard the Gibson story from Paul, and I'm pretty sure I said to him at the time that was a missed opportunity not to have Kyle mowing a lawn while he did it.
That's actually true. That is, it's hard because you only get like 250 words to explain what you want, so I couldn't like go into like extreme detail on like the whole backstory. Plus, like it's weird. Like if I'm just some random dude being like, "Hey, listen, you're kind of a running joke about you mowing lawns." The funny thing was at one point there was a lawn service, like a landscaper in Florida named Kyle Gibson. Yeah, it was Kyle Gibson, like, lawn care or something like that. And I think like we got our listeners to go give a bunch of 5-star reviews to it, and then it went out of business.
Oh, why not? You got 5-star reviews. That's great.
Yeah, I mean,
shows how valuable reviews are these
days. Clearly,
Oh,
right? I think maybe COVID may have ruined his business. I hope it wasn't us. Hope we didn't drive him out of business.
No,
I know who the answer is to not have at your draft.
Who's that?
I would not want Tommy Pham. I do not want to get slapped.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Very volatile. I don't know how fun that would be to kick it with him, especially if there's a knife around. You just never know what he's going to do. So I think Anthony said that he met JFK Jr. at a Knicks game once in a week. Oh, my God. You met him right before he died? Are you kidding me, Anthony? I don't know. He lives in New York. He lives in New York City, so I guess it's possible. I don't know. By the way, my proxy at Tout Wars. Thank you, Anthony. I'm so grateful for you. I'm never flying Spirit again. That was the last time. I will never fly Spirit.
Anthony, I can't believe you killed JFK Jr. That is.
It was Anthony, you son of a.
He gave him the idea to go to the vineyard.
That show is so dumb. We've been on for over 2 hours plus. I think we're going to call it a night here. Life goes on. I'm so glad Justin got to pop in here to say hi.
I'm glad I was able to make it before you guys wrapped up.
Yeah, no, you brought us to the home stretch with me, Bob, and Chad. We're grateful for that. So we thank you for being here. Bob, I'm so glad I get to see you. The one time a year I get to see you on the screen. I love that.
Go
as
get your
always.
waiver claims on Logan Webb.
Yo, 600 round. See, this is so funny. I mean, I cannot express enough how inconsequential today is. I just can't.
He's got, I think 7 strikeouts too. Like, so the line's not that last earned run hurt, but
yeah, it's fine. He could overcome that. Yeah, you can still have a fine year. One start does not a season make. And Justin, you could relate to this. Well, I don't ever really look at my standings in any of these NFBCs until May. Really, I really don't. Like the first, I know where I need to pick.
I already took a screenshot. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter.
No, I missed it.
Literally, as the first pitch went, I took a screenshot of me in first place in all of my leagues. Oh, actually, here I can. If you'll let me present.
Yeah, please present.
Let's see. Where is it? Oh wait, no, it's a window. There we go. Oh, here it is.
You can do it.
Share. There we go.
Use a pro. Here we go.
So, I took a screen. I took this screenshot, and then,
Oh, you're winning the overall.
Yeah, I'm winning every overall.
Wow!
Yeah,
Congratulations! Woo! That's fantastic. Congratulations, Justin. JP says, "Fun show, guys." Yes, thank you, JP. By the way, JP's the guy who runs the board at FPAS every year, so you've met him, Justin.
Nice.
He's the pod audio guy for all the pods every year at FPAS. So thank you, Anthony. Thank you, JP. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Justin. Everybody else who was here. Too many names to name, but a bunch of people came through. Even Al Melchior, back from the Great Beyond, came in at the start of the show.
Al?
I know. I missed him too. I didn't get here till 8. He was here. I couldn't believe it. I reached out to him today, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll try to pop on." So it's good to know he's out there.
I haven't seen Al in forever. I miss that guy. He was such a great
Love Al.
guy.
He's still a good guy from what I hear. So
I'm sure he is. Like he used to be like one of my favorite people to hang out with at Tout Wars every year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's a Govier.
Yeah,
we gotta get Justin's picks.
Oh yeah, Justin. Who's gonna hit a home run tomorrow, Justin? First off, give us a home run for tomorrow.
Oh well, I mean, there's an obvious answer. I don't know. Has anybody guessed Tyler O'Neill?
Hey, there it is! Ding, 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 ding. We talked about the streak. That's we're supposed to say anybody but Tyler O'Neill. Actually, sorry.
Okay. Anybody but Tyler O'Neill. God, I honestly haven't even thought about like the schedule and like who's. You know what? I'll go Bobby Witt Jr. It's a home run. David coming on right at the end.
Run from the top rope.
There you go.
How are you,
David?
What's up, Justin? How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Just thought I'd come in and chill for a little bit, and of course, I'm
a Yankees fan, so I've been watching the game. So yeah. So anyway, but I literally
the game has been pretty ugly as a Giants fan. So
I'm sorry. I was not trying to rub anybody's nose in it. Sorry.
No, it's all right. Like it's just. You know, like you this is like Christmas Day, and then like you open up your present and someone shit in a box for you. Like
right. That's quite the metaphor. That's wonderful. Yeah.
All right. Let me see. Someone to hit a home run tomorrow. Always look at the pitchers and the locations. I'm gonna say someone on Boston hits a home run against Andrew Abbott.
That's a good call. Nobody picked that.
Let's see. Trevor Story hits a home run tomorrow.
Hey, all right. Lock that in. I can dig that. David, what about you? Welcome to the show. We're just about to close, actually, but let's get you snuck in here. Nice to see you. Yeah. Home run for tomorrow. Who's not Tyler O'Neill?
Michael Bush off Cape Crawley.
Wow, that was really ready to go.
Well, I was just thinking about what Justin was talking, so I
genius.
I think Kate's gonna have a rough opening day. First opening day start, probably the last opening day start, hopefully for Nationals fans. And other Nationals fans, I'm not really sure the thing, but anyway, there's probably at least 7. Like Howie Kendrick is probably a Nationals fan.
Howie Kendrick.
Yes, I mean, didn't he win World Series MVP with them the year they won? Anyway, but yeah, that's my call. Michael Bush puts one in the seats, puts one in the bleachers off Kate Cavalli. So
seems very doable, very reasonable choice.
Yeah.
I like that.
I actually rostered Kate Cavalli in 3 leagues, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm letting him ride the pine because I'm like, I don't want any of that action.
Let's see how it goes first.
Yeah, opening day at Wrigley. But I mean, it's not at least in the summer at Wrigley, but it doesn't seem like an ideal place to start have your first opening day start.
Well, we had who was on earlier. He lives there, and he's saying might have golf size hail tomorrow. So we'll see if the game even happens. That's what he was saying. Can't remember who because there's been. No, that's all right. He might power through it. It could be a windy day that doesn't hit the stadium quite yet in his favor.
Right. Yeah, it could be. Can I show off my shirt real quick?
Yes, of course.
So it's my prized possession. It's Byron Buxton is good at baseball. So there you go.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah. So believe it or not, my ex-wife screen printed this for me because she knows what a Byron Buxton fan I am. He's my favorite player in baseball. So there you go. So
that's awesome.
There's no story to it or anything. Just I'm a big defense guy, and he's obviously was a wonderful defender. He probably still, if I had to guess, probably still.
And you have to wear it at the beginning of the season because by the end of the season, it's hurt. and you won't be able to wear it, right?
So, incidentally, Byron Buxton's from Georgia, which I live in Atlanta, and he's from Georgia, which has nothing to do with my fandom. But I just discovered recently that Byron Buxton has a son named Brixton Buxton, and now I like him even more. So
That's a great name. That's an 80 grade name.
Yes.
Bob, did you know that, Bob?
No.
You should have known that one.
Who would know
like
that?
the
Who would
next
want to know that?
generation?
Maybe an important question, but so.
Well, who wins the World Series, Justin? Too. Give me a pick.
I picked the Philadelphia Phillies to win the World Series. I picked them last year. They fell short. I'm going to pick them again, mostly because I can't, in good conscience, as a Giants fan, pick the Dodgers.
Okay.
So I went against that. I originally was going to pick the Tigers to win the World Series, but I also am friends with Paul, and I don't like my friends to have good things in their life. So I switched last second and went with the Phillies.
Nice. That's awesome.
What about you, David?
I'm going with the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh,
Yep.
These are two fresh takes tonight. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm going with the Brew Crew. Brew Crew actually had the second best record in baseball over the last 3 years, behind only the Dodgers. I think they are wildly underrated. I think Bryce Terang finishes an MVP finalist this year. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know if he brings home the trophy, but he wins, or the plaque, I guess it is. But
I think Chad, this guy, Dave, speaking your language here, because Chad was pushing, or Kyle Harrison for Cy Young. Is that correct?
Yes, I was.
I'm not getting that spicy, but
yeah, that's that.
He's not gonna. I don't think he wins it. I definitely think he's like the third or fourth place guy that gets like one.
No kidding.
vote.
No. I thought
I
thought Terang was spicy. You just
I mean,
you
he's
just
gonna.
stomped all over
He's
that.
a better prospect than Quinn Priester was, and Priester probably should have had a bunch of Cy Young votes.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, he's
He was more boring. The K's weren't there. The K's have to be part of it first. They got to be sexy, right? That's just the other thing with Cy Young. So I like that though. Okay, Brewers. Bob, did you get your World Series pick? I can't remember if you came on yet and gave yours or not.
No, I also fear the Dodgers. I feel like they have to make the Dodgers play their shadow clones or something to make it interesting at the end.
That's fantastic.
I'd like to see that, especially if it was at the cornfield park with the shadows. That makes sense, actually.
That's
kind of trail off.
We have like zombies walking out of the cornfield.
Or like Dodgers blue, Dodgers white, or I don't know.
I don't know. The Dodgers to me are, I mean, obviously the best team in baseball on paper, but there's a little more fragility to the Dodgers this year, it feels like, than there has been in years past. If Ohtani, God forbid, happens something to Ohtani, Freddie Freeman is, I feel like going to hit a cliff at some point. Maybe it's this year. Mookie Betts fell off quite a bit last year. And they don't have the pitching depth that they've had in years past. I mean, they still have like guys. They still have Robleski and those type of whatever, but they don't have this embarrassment of pitching depth. Blake Snell's already hurt. Tyler Last time eventually will be. Roki Sasaki might be terrible. So I don't know. There's not like this invincible armor that there was in years past.
It's not like they steamrolled the playoffs either. Like they had to claw and
right. No, they were
like it very much was. Like I said earlier before you came on, it was their 28-3 moment.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 100%. That's exactly right.
The Patriots followed that up by losing to Nick Foles of all people. So.
No, I totally agree. People want to act like the Dodgers are inevitable. I mean, they went to Game 7 of the World Series, guys. Like, let's tap the brakes a little bit. They're not that far off from not winning. So
no, it's baseball. I mean, it's a
crazy game. Rojas.
The problem is they still have a loaded farm system.
They do.
So if they are in trouble at the All-Star break, they can just trade.
And they won't be.
Yeah,
they're still winning that division by at least 8 games. But
easily.
Right, but
8 games.
They won't be in trouble. I'm just saying, especially with the vagaries of the postseason. I'm just saying they don't have the horses that they've had in years past. That's all.
They have all the horses they have in years past. They're just
older horses.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Freddie Freeman is older. Mookie Betts. I mean, we're all older. We're all older than when we started this show.
The problem is nobody in that division got better, right? Like the Dodgers added Kyle Tucker,
right,
and the Giants added Luis Ariz.
The D-backs added Carlos Santana. Man, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
The Rockies got Jake McCarthy. Come on.
Okay. I mean, the Rockies are actually the only team other than the Dodgers in that division that got better.
Yeah. The Rockies got Paul DePodesta. Is what
the Rockies might win 50 games this year.
Yeah.
And that might be sad for Rockies fans, but that's an improvement from the 43 they won last year.
Actually, I think the Rockies fans, if there are any, actually, Rockies do have like kind of a ravenous niche following.
It's a Rockies podcast.
It's a great stadium to go to.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. And they sell out all their games, but they're well attended, and so in spite of their lack of success,
this is beautiful.
Have butts in the seats and whatever. But yeah, I love what, I don't know if you guys saw what DePodesta said about we need to embrace Coors Field, not be afraid of it. We need to use that to our advantage.
Yeah, what about this move here? They got Arias, the Giants. Come on,
we saw how great that was tonight when he gave up 2 runs, because he couldn't get to a ball up the middle that you could have gotten to, Michael.
Wow, thank you.
So, Bader is a nice defensive, addition. But like it was offset by putting Arias at second base.
Right. Yeah, actually, Bader's going to be getting to a lot of balls in center field, ground balls that Arias didn't get to.
Exactly. So I'm not a huge fan of the direction the Giants have been going for the last few years, which is fence sitting. They love to fence it.
Right. Yeah, that's totally agreed. The Giants, in my opinion, would have been better off just giving the keys to Casey Schmidt. So I don't
absolutely should have.
I don't get Arias at second base at all. He was an atrocious defensive first baseman last year. Let's move him up the defensive scale. What could go wrong? So the Padres added Herman Marquez and Walker Buehler. I'm sure that'll work out swimmingly.
How does AJ Preller still have a freaking job?
How does
AJ still have a job?
Yeah, well,
it's not all his fault.
They went to the playoffs.
It's all. I literally 2 or 3 years ago had an article that just prefaced, no matter when you're reading this, AJ Preller probably just signed a starting pitcher.
Yeah.
It's all he does every year.
The problem with
pitchers.
The problem is like they committed all this money and then the owner died. And
that's a big deal.
The kids who are now in charge do not want to spend money on baseball.
Right.
That is true.
So there was rumors of them tightening the belt and they were having pair payroll, and that hasn't happened yet. But should they not make the playoffs this year? I'd be fairly well. Of course, who knows what happens in 2027? But assuming we have 2027,
gosh, they should never make. They're not that good.
No, they're not that good this year. They're not that great this year. Their pitching their rotation sucks, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they have a wonderful bullpen, which wallpapers over the rotation some bit.
You got Mason Miller. That was a good trade by Pro.
Yeah, no,
I like DeVries,
and Adrian Morhone and Jason Adam when he comes back.
Bullpen's outstanding. Bullpen's outstanding. Yes.
Yeah. So
bullpen's legit.
We talk about the Freddie Freeman cliff. You got the Machado cliff coming too.
Certainly, yes, totally agree.
I don't think there's much.
I don't think we're there yet.
Third basemen tend to hit the wall really quick.
He's been the most dependable, not just third baseman, but bat in baseball. Like it just he just clocks in 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, a 260 to 270 batting average every single year. The last time Manny Machado in a season had less than 27 home runs was 2014.
Right.
Not counting 2020.
Not counting 2020. But I mean, 2020 in it was in 60 games, he hit 16.
There you go. So
he was on a 150 WRC plus that year.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Xander Bogaerts is so washed he's going undrafted in some of my 15 teamers.
Bogey's terrible, but we like Bogey. I'm sure Bogey's a nice guy. He's from Curacao.
Yeah, that's right.
But Machado, what is he going? His age 33 or 34 season, Justin? You look at the page right now?
He's 33 right now.
Yeah,
34.
Yeah. It's going to be 34 in July.
I put Machado on a fade list at Fantasy Six Pack. I don't remember what it was exactly, and Joe, the new manager over the Fantasy Six Pack, kind of yelled at me for it, so to speak, to say, how can you fade Machado? To Justin's point, he's chalk every year. He's consistent. And I forget what it was, the inquiry that I ran on Steadhead, which is wonderful. If you're not Baseball Reference Steadhead subscriber, I can't recommend it enough. But in the history, or in the modern era, since 1901, the history of baseball, what was it? Third baseman to equate Machado's average numbers over the last 3 years at age 33 or older were Ken Caminiti twice. That's it. That's the entire list. So a raging roid user and nobody else. So not to say he won't do it, but history says that the odds are against him.
Now, the thing that could obviously change how I feel about the Padres is if Jackson Merrill turns back into Jack Samaro.
Right, or Tatis for that matter. Like if Tatis,
I think Tatis is what he. I think he's turned himself into what he is.
No, certainly.
Post steroids.
Yes, yeah, but Tatis certainly has the requisite skill set to be an MVP finalist. If Tatis is an MVP finalist, the Padres are challenging the Dodgers for the division.
The lineup is legit. I mean,
And that's it's going to happen. I'm just saying, if he becomes a 9-win player, then the Padres are awfully good.
Yeah, the problem is that rotation. I mean, when you have Randy Vasquez and Herman Marquez and Walker Buehler in your rotation, though,
right?
I mean, Marquez did look much better this year or in spring,
right?
Like Randy Vasquez and Walker Buehler should not be in major league rotations.
Yeah, no,
It's time for JP Sears to take the.
Yes, the key acquisition, the Leo DeVries deal was made JP Sears.
Well, he's an innings eater.
He is an innings eater. Yes, although
I was surprised they didn't give him a shot, considering they have no lefties in the rotation.
Yeah, no, that's true. Don't they have somebody hurt though? Buehler and Marquez are in the rotation because
Musgrove.
Well,
Musgrove.
Musgrove is
Yep.
always.
Yes. Although Musgrove
Canning, I think, is going to be back July, August, somewhere around there.
Griffin Canning, the man who could not. Man, that guy never dies. I will say that between San Diego and Toronto,
landing spot for him.
No, Toronto had the same situation, Justin. I'm like, they got to throw a lefty in here, so that's why I stuck with the fact that, regardless of injury, that Eric Lauer would have snuck into that rotation because they needed. You got to have one lefty. Yeah, you need one.
There's a couple rotations that don't have. I mean, I think the Twins, right? The Twins don't have a lefty.
Yeah, you're right.
In the rotation.
Yeah, maybe it's not as prized anymore. It does. They like the righty matchups. I don't know, but it seems like people have a lot of lefties to combat righties. You want to throw in some lefties, but whatever.
Yeah,
what do I know? I'm just some guy sitting here.
Right. Hey, you're in the stadium. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, look at me. I did work at Coors Field, by the way, in 2011. I really did. So, yeah,
it's
that was awesome. It's beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. The Todd Helton Burger Shack classic. Never forget it. They don't call it that anymore, I don't think. Even though he is a Hall of Famer, they should.
Yes. Todd Helton, the last position player prospect of prospect of any notoriety that the Rockies have developed.
It's such a parade of guys come up, do nothing. Guys come up, do nothing. Don't get a chance either. They don't get a full season to try. No,
So
that's it.
I have a buddy who's in our our home league, whatever you want to call it, and we have minor leagues and all that stuff, and he's obsessed beyond belief with their parent club. And I always try to remind him it doesn't it doesn't matter. They're a Padres pitching prospect, for example. They're not necessarily going to pitch in Petco, like as AJ Preller's been shown to want to do. He trades all his prospects, except for the Rockies. Like it matters for the Rockies both ways. None of their hitting prospects ever pan out, and all their pitching prospects pitch in Coors. So don't get any Rockies prospects ever.
No. Although Robbie did say he likes Kyle Karros earlier in the show. So I think Kyle Karros was his
good defender. Speaks my language.
I got to take off, guys. It was a pleasure to come on.
I got to wrap this up, too. We gave some time to David. Justin, thanks for being here. Bob, Chad, David, great seeing you. Everybody, we'll see you this summer, all summer long. Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Be here Sunday.
Give me 2. Be here Sunday. First 5 show, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Carlos Delgado.
Excellent choice. Too bad I got him 3 rounds ago.
You're still on the clock.
Oh, shit!
You gotta do something.
Yeah. Hideki Matsui.
You just took my whole outfield. Sorry, Charlie.
What is this?
Debbie.
What the fuck is this?
It's our fantasy baseball draft. We said no wives.
Your fantasy what?
It's our draft. The fantasy baseball. I told you all about this. Got Matsui.